Told you so extra, but I know I'm the same.
What is up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome back, y'all, to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the color purple. We're going to be talking about the original version, and we're also going to be talking about the new adaptation. I'm going to bring the squad on, and we're going to jump right into it, y'all. First and foremost, I'm going to bring my girl, Miss Tamika's Den, up. What's up?
Hey, hello.
And then my girl, Mooch, is in the building.
Ew, what's up, y'all? Ew.
And I got some special guests, y'all. Got my girl Inga. Hey.
Hey, everybody. Hello.
And then I got one of my favorite subscribers, y'all. She is joining us today. So, what is up, Miss Candy Love? Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey,
How y'all
Candy.
doing?
All right.
Hey, Candy Love.
That is me.
Good. Okay, y'all. So, we are here to talk about Color Purple. And we're going to be talking about the original version, and then we're also going to be talking about the adaptation. Let me go ahead and shout out everybody that's in the chat. Let's see who came by. All right, we got Rashonda in the building. Shannon's in the building. I was about to say Tamika's Den. Y'all, I'm just reading down the thing. We got is it I don't, I be butchering these names. I'm sorry. It's DER. Is it DRI? Dairy? I'm sorry. I'm already butchering your name. I apologize. What's up, Vacay J? All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and just talk about this. I was about to say this episode. I'm not used to talking about movies live, y'all. All right. So first and foremost, has everybody seen the trailer of the new adaptation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Really, yes.
Okay, good. Because unfortunately, I can't play it because Warner Brothers don't play no games about their trailers.
Exactly.
So we're not going to play that. We're not going to do that today. But let's just get the feeling of what you're thinking about the cast so far. Tamika, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about this new cast that we have for this new adaptation?
Looks good to me. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see it. I saw one of the plays before. I know they had like Fantasia was already in one of the plays, so we already know she gonna do her thing regardless. And then it was also Jennifer Hudson and Cynthia Erivo, I believe, at one time. I saw the one that had Jennifer Hudson, but I'm looking forward to this. It was also Jennifer Hudson.
Awesome.
Oh no, it's an echo.
I was going to say somebody got an echo on. Is it?
Nah, that was me. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay, no problem. What about you, Moochie? What do you think about are you looking forward to it, or what's your feels?
I'm looking forward to seeing it because I wanted to see the play on Broadway, but I didn't. So I'm glad they're bringing. I'm glad they're bringing the musical to a movie form so it can reach more people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all here for it.
Exactly. Inga, what you got? What you think?
I agree with Tamika and Moochie that Fantasia's my girl, so I like her, and of course I've seen her perform live, so I know that she's probably gonna kill it, especially with the singing,
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's gonna be great. I can't even remember everybody's name that's going off the top of my head right now that's gonna be in it, the cast, but for what I saw, it looked like it's gonna be really good. So I'm looking forward, and I know it's gonna be good because if Oprah's behind it and Quincy Jones and all these other producers I saw that behind it, it's not going to be any mess. It's going to be pretty good. At least I think so.
Yeah. I think so too. Like I wholeheartedly think so as well. What about you, Candy? What you think?
I am so excited to see this adaptation from the Broadway play. I'm a big Fantasia fan. And I also love the color purple. So I'm ready to see what they have in store for us on Christmas Day.
I know,
Is it
right?
Christmas Day?
Yep. Christmas Day.
Yeah. Yes.
Christmas Day. I am a huge Fantasia fan as well, y'all. Like I love me some Tasia. Like I
Me
have
too.
all of her albums. Like I just
Mhm.
love Tasia. So when I saw that she was doing the Broadway play, of course I haven't got a chance to see that. But if I would love, love, love to see that. But when I saw this, I was so excited. So Inga, you mentioned that you didn't know who you had. You don't have the whole list. Up. I'm gonna try to see if I can.
Well, I couldn't remember everybody's name. I mean, I know their faces, but just right off the top of my head, I just can't. If I have to see the faces again, it might pop back up. Um,
I gotta figure
but
this
it's a
one out.
great cast from what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. So actually, I have something that I want to do with you guys. I just gotta get it brought up here. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, y'all.
Okay,
So
okay,
here
now.
are some of the main characters that are going to be in the show, and I want y'all to tell me who is going to play who. Like I know you've probably seen some of the
Ooh.
trailer, but it was kind of going fast. But let's just see
Oh,
if
I
you can
know she could
recognize who you think is going to play who. So let's start with our girl, Miss Taraji. Who is Taraji going to play? And hold on, y'all. Let me bring this other thing up. Give me a second. Y'all just look over those while I get this other one up. They disappeared. I wish I could bring both of these up at the same time. So I'm going to give y'all a look at the old cast. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, we got Sophia, we got Nettie, we got Suge, we got Harpo,
Mhm.
we got Squeak,
Mm-hmm.
we got the younger Sealy, we got Harpo,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got the older Sealy. Okay.
Right.
All
Mm.
right, so let's bring them back up now. So, Taraji, Moochie, who do you think Taraji's playing?
She playing Suge Avery.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yes.
She need that. They need that. She gonna have that. You know how she all has that. How can I say it? That attitude. She's gonna have
Mm-hmm.
that
mm-hmm.
attitude, like
Y'all
with
know
Alvin and stuff. So
I'm gonna refrain from singing all night. I promise y'all.
I'm
What
not.
up, Rolando?
I'm
I'm
not
not.
even gonna lie to you.
I'm
I
I'm
not.
can't
on the
make
old
that
school.
promise.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not
not at
gonna make
all.
that promise tonight.
Monologues and all.
What's up, girl?
I'm gonna be
What
doing
up,
quotes and
Dylan?
everything tonight. I was
What up,
looking
I
forward to
RC?
this.
yes.
Miss T in the building. What up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for coming through and hanging out with us. Okay, Candy. Okay, who do you think um Danielle is gonna play right here? Right here. My mouse on it. I'm
Sophia.
sorry. Okay. Yep. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. So I okay, Inga. Who do you think the young Hallie is gonna play?
That's a young girl right here, right?
Hmm.
Now I'm gonna just guess because I really don't know. I'm gonna say maybe Squeak.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Because I
Which girl, Hallie?
Hallie, the one next to Danielle Brooks.
She's
Hallie.
playing a young Nettie.
Yes, that's
Oh, okay.
right.
Okay.
Yep, she's
Okay.
gonna play the young Nettie, and then I think we all know who gonna play Fantasia. So I'm not even gonna do that one, but we know who Fantasia's playing. I said who gonna play Fantasia?
Mm-hmm.
Lord, y'all know what I mean.
Yeah,
And
we do.
then
Hey,
who is
Kendall.
Sierra gonna play, y'all? Who is Sierra gonna play?
Oh, that's a good one.
Who you
Mm.
think, Tamika?
I have no clue. Only ones I knew was Taraji, Danielle, Fantasia, and
She might be
what's
Squeak,
his name at
y'all.
the end?
And
Domingo.
yeah, the guy. Yeah, yeah.
Sierra might play Squeak.
Maybe she might
Maybe.
play Squeak.
Mm-mm,
No?
Because Squeak was light skinned. She light skinned. That's not right.
Oh,
mm-mm.
or
Not
unless.
not according to Google.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Let me see. I just watched it this afternoon. Now, so let me think.
Who y'all think? I'm
Um,
gonna bring the other one back up. It's so funny because I don't think that they're channeling the original on this
They
one. They're
not.
oh,
channeling
okay.
the
Yeah, they say
newer
it's
one.
Okay.
not. They say it's nothing like the original. It's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
so
As far
who
as
could
the
she be? Is she one of Celie's kids?
as far as these are all main characters. As far as the character is concerned, I think they're channeling those characters to look alike. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So who
Okay.
on this screen do you think Sierra would look most like as a older? I just gave you another hint. One of the character is already on here once as a younger version,
N-
but then
Nettie.
yep, that's who she's
She
playing.
Nettie?
That's
Oh,
Wow.
it's
Okay.
a wait a minute.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
because
Okay.
the young girl on here, what's her name again? Haley.
Hallie,
Haley.
Uh huh.
Haley.
Haley,
Okay.
Haley.
Hallie, Hallie.
She's
So
playing. She's
Yeah.
playing the young. Nettie.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay, that's
Hey,
what came in the
Kendall.
ocean.
So if you saying that, then her the singer, she
Mm-hmm.
got to be playing Squeak.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Look, I ain't look
Okay.
at Google.
Okay.
This is some,
Yeah.
intuition.
And I don't even know the guys' names, but who do you think is
But
playing Mister
the
and
Mingo is on
Bowman
the book.
Oh,
Domingo, I
the
believe
guy that
he's
was from The
playing
Walking
Mister.
Dead, the last at the end.
yeah,
He
I
Mm-hmm.
can't
Mm-hmm.
think
Okay,
of his
yeah.
real
He looks
name.
like
Yeah,
He
I
looked
like
he looks
like
him.
like him.
Mister.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leaves the other one with
He's
Harpo,
Harper.
and then you already
Yeah.
know who's playing the young Celie. I can't think of her name, Felice something,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, huh.
Okay.
Mhm. I'm
So
looking
We'll see.
forward to this, y'all.
Yeah, I'm
me
Yes.
looking
too.
forward
I
to it
am
too.
too.
I really am looking forward to this as well. All right, let me get these out of here. And all right. So let me bring up these screenshots, y'all, because I have to have the screenshots. Otherwise, I cannot keep track of how the movie even went. Like in my head, I feel like I know, but you
Mm-hmm.
already.
Mhm.
So
We'll
let me.
help you.
I
We
just
got
watched it
you.
this afternoon, so.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
I
watched a
watched it
little
this
bit.
weekend.
I watched a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna do screen layouts. All right, y'all. So color purple. So we all know that when it starts out, we see Nettie and Celie, of course, the younger versions of them. And did anybody ever realize? Okay, first of all, let me backtrack for a second. Did anybody on this panel read the book?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yes.
was
Okay.
made to read
Yeah.
it and
I
then
had
I
to read it in
recently
college.
listened to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I love the book too. So for all the people who have looked at the book, did did you read the book first, or look at the movie first? Like,
I,
Movie.
I,
Movie for me.
I think it was the movie
what
for
year
me.
did
Yeah.
the movie come out?
I can't remember. Maybe around the same around the same time. I think maybe I can't remember. But I did
mm,
read the book, but I don't remember.
I read the book
Yeah.
first.
I might
okay.
have too. I just don't remember, but I may have too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling my age.
My sister made me read it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I remember
Mm-hmm.
reading.
Yeah, I gotta look it up. I'm telling
Yeah,
my
books
age.
are always better because they give more details. When they
Yeah,
making a movie, I don't care
man.
if it's based on a true story or whatever else. They only gonna be able to take certain parts out of it.
And then
Yeah,
you
Right.
know how they
Right.
exactly.
feeling when they
And they did
going
take
through it
some
because
very
they
important
really,
stuff
Mm-hmm.
out of it.
they put their feelings in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I used to
the
get
story
lost in
is
the book.
longer if you read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Longer story. Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
my question to you guys is book or movie, book or original, well, we haven't seen the other movie, book or movie. Which one did you prefer? Tamika, you can start and then just go down.
I mean, I would say the book because the book have more details, but the movie was good. I remember it like yesterday going to the movies to see it with my mother.
Okay, Moochie.
you know what? Now I looked at the year that it was out. I graduated in '86, so I saw the movie before I read the book because I was in college after '86. So,
Okay.
but I still wanted to read the book because the book told more. I was like, the movie ain't do this. The movie ain't do that. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I was reading it. You know how you read stuff and you be like, that didn't happen in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And when we get to certain parts, I so want to just go to the book for a second when we get to
Hmm.
certain parts because I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. That book was doing a lot. I was like, wait a minute. I looked at the book after the fact because I looked at this movie a gazillion times before I ever picked up the book. And when I read the book, you talking about somebody's eyes who was just awakened like they had just saw a new movie. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I love the book though. All right, so y'all, let's start out with we got a young Celie, we got a young Nettie. You know, they're sisters, they love each other. What did y'all think about I don't know if I want to call him the original Mister, I guess, whoever he is, the daddy. I'm
Danny
gonna call him the
Glover?
Yeah,
daddy.
yeah. He was a stepdaddy. Yeah.
Not
Mm-hmm.
Danny Glover, the
Oh,
the
No, the stepfather.
he
The
yeah,
was
the
stepfather.
stepfather.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we find out later that, what she say, my daddy, not my daddy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, but what did y'all think about this whole situation where we have this stepfather? He tells her like, "Look, you gonna do what your mama wouldn't do."
Mm.
Basically,
Right.
and we know that these times were kind of like that. But as we're looking at this movie and we're getting a picture of this daddy. Yeah, I couldn't stand his daddy. What were y'all overall thoughts just about this scene and him taking the babies from her and just this whole thing? Tamika, you go ahead and start.
He was disgusting, like, and then to try to make her feel guilty, like you better never tell nobody, but God, ready to kill your mama. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You gonna kill her mama. Like, it was just
Mm-hmm.
horrible. Every aspect of it.
Trash.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we oh, I'm sorry. It went kind of quick. Hold on. Okay, then we get to the part where he takes the babies, right? He takes the I think when the movie is on, we only see him take the daughter, but we know that he
Hmm.
also took the son
Hmm.
as well. And then he tells her, you better not never tell nobody but God, just kill your mom. And then next thing you know, what happens? Mama is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Um and I don't know, when I saw this part and when you hear it, you're like, dang, the mama found out about it and it broke her heart. And I don't know, it was really sad to me, like this whole scene. What did you think about it, Moochie?
I with this whole scene with her, the way she was just basically left in the cold. It was like he did her wrong, but it was good for her because you knew she was leaving, but you didn't know what she was gonna get into next.
Yeah. This hold on, let me make sure I can let me go back to this other scene. So that scene right there was they was at the funeral, and I'm sorry I didn't show you the little funeral thing. Well, they're having like I guess an old school funeral, like where they
I think
put
it's
the
further down. Oh no.
no, it's this
Okay.
one. I just didn't put the little duty up there. But no, I felt like, you know, I wanted to see the mom. Did anybody else want to see the mom? Like I felt like I
Yeah.
kind of missed that aspect of it.
Yeah, we
Is it
never saw the mother
and I wanted to
in
No.
the
see
movie.
I
Yeah, we
would
never saw
have
the mother.
liked to seen that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just asking for too much. Maybe after
No,
we
I think
looked
she
at
would have been sad and downtrodden. Not We didn't need to see
I
that
think
because
the
it
mother
was
probably
already
knew
sad
about it.
enough.
Yeah,
so
and
in
probably turned
the
the blind eye.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. In the Google thing where you show all the characters, they actually have Mama listed, and I'm wondering if this is going to be the Mama, if we're going to be able to see her in this new adaptation. So that was
Wow.
interesting
Okay.
Yeah.
because we didn't get that from here.
Hmm.
Now we see that the daddy is kind of moving on to Nettie. Now he's done his thing with Celia, and
And look
it's
how creepy he looked looking at her. You know what I'm saying? Ugh.
Yes,
Just a
disgusting.
just
dirty old man.
just dirty
Yes.
Yes.
old man
Oh,
is what he is.
it's worse
But
than dirty old man. That's
Yes.
just disgusting.
it is
If I
very
can chime in for a second.
go
Okay, so back when it first came on and they were playing in the fields with the sunflowers,
ahead.
and it looked like innocent children until they come out of the flowers and you see Celia with a big belly, and then he
Mm-hmm.
telling her to stop smiling because she ugly.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
you created two kids with her. This is before we
Hmm.
knew that he wasn't their father in real, for real.
Yeah.
So it was like you telling her she's ugly, but you messing with her, but you
But
don't want
even
nobody to
even
think you want her because in your mind she's ugly.
yeah,
I
but
didn't
even
like that.
even though we found out later he's a stepfather, that's still trifling and
Yeah,
disgusting too. You
but I'm
still
just saying
yeah,
because
that's
because he called her ugly, but you messing with her. You sleeping, you having
oh he
sex
don't
with
care nothing.
her.
He was trying to get his swerve on. He don't
Yeah,
care nothing about he wasn't trying. He was just trying to do what he needed to do to release himself. He ain't care nothing about her being ugly.
Men
Just
separate
like
that.
right,
Mr. Yeah, they
right.
they
But
can
men do that in real
separate.
life
They
though.
could separate
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah,
not
they do
like
that
he
in
was
real life.
she was just the hole that he was poking.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Right.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to say it could be a hole in the wall.
Hmm.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. Girl, say a hole
That is
in
a
the
fact. That's
wall.
a fact. Yeah.
Word.
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to look in the chat, y'all, to see if we got anything going on in chat. The family foolery is still that is very true. It
Yeah.
definitely is still happening. It's just very sad situation, to be honest. Just sad. I'm sorry, y'all. But so we know that Nettie is being targeted now for whatever reason. After the mom died, all of a sudden he starts to put more emphasis on Nettie. Um, and then we see that. Hold on, let me get to. He remarries, and do y'all know? because when we see at the end, the chick is like dark skinned. How many times did he
He
remarry?
probably
Because
married 3 or 4 times. You know
And
what I
look
mean?
how
So,
young she is.
yeah, she
Yeah.
I
looked
think she
like
was
14 years old.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 years old. Yeah, she looked
Mhm.
very young. Yeah.
Well,
See,
they
Yeah.
used to get married young. Yeah, she probably
this is what I
hightailed
was.
it, and then he
We talked
remarried
about
somebody
this
else.
on another platform. People was getting married at
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I
13,
was just getting ready to
14,
say that.
15. Yeah. By the
It
Mhm.
time
was
you be
normal
16, you're
back
a
then
grown
in
adult.
these times when
Right.
people having a young bride.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It wasn't frowned on like how it is now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Right.
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so crazy to me. But yeah, so
Mhm.
he gets remarried, right? But yeah, he still has this thing for Nettie because what we're gonna see is Mister's coming up there on his horse. Y'all, I just about want. I bet you that horse was just tired. Like that horse was probably like, "This some bull."
Mhm.
We see Mister coming up there, and he say he need him a wife because look, he got the kids, and the kids needs to be fed. They her need to be combed. Like he needs to
Oh.
be out here working these fields, and he ain't got time for this. So he wants to marry Nettie. We saw already that he's been looking at her, right? He's been eyeing her. So what did y'all think about Mister's first introduction and how the father is like, you can't have Nettie. What do you say? Flat out, you just can't have her, something like that. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's
yeah.
basically what he said. He said, "Now you silly." On the
Yeah.
other hand,
You're
and he's
spoiled.
like, "Oh,
Right.
I
She's
never really
spoiled.
looked at
Yeah,
her."
he
Look, she's
wanted
Yeah.
Nettie
spoiled.
for
Flat.
himself.
Yeah,
He
Mhm.
wanted Nettie for
absolutely.
himself. So
Because
Yeah,
she been spoiled
he's just
twice.
horrible.
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Two
I didn't like
times
the part
spoiled.
where he riding the horse and she pulling the cow, but
Mm-hmm.
now you got a cow and you got a mule for a wife.
And
Look,
and all the bags and the luggage and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
look, I'm gonna give you silly,
He treated her
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
the mule.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
give you
Yeah.
a cow
He
too.
has a mule for a wife. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You say he got
Yes.
a mule for a
Exactly.
wife?
Yes. He
Yeah,
used her like
Yeah,
a
but that's
mule
how
in
he
You
the
ain't
in the
lying,
field.
Mm-hmm.
Inga.
that's
You
how
not
he
he was
did.
lying.
he was
Mm-hmm.
In
always
the
treating her that
field.
way.
He
Yeah.
used her in the
Mm-hmm.
field like a mule. Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But you know, the daddy said he was like, Celie will work, and he makes
Right.
reference to a mule or something like that
Hmm.
when
Yes.
he talks about how hard she'll work.
And you
Mm-hmm.
ain't
So
got to feed her.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, so right from the
A
jump, they've
mess.
already set the precedent for
Mm-hmm.
exactly what she is going to be. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so anyway, Mister decides he's gonna take her home, and this is what Candy was talking about when she was
Mm-hmm.
following behind him. He on the horse, and I'm just like, y'all, you know what? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go through these slides, but I just want to have a conversation in general about this because y'all know I'm not too orthodox about following my plans. But so there's this thing where he treats Suge like she is the salt of the earth, like she is everything. You do not notice, like when Suge gets there, he wants to cook for her, he wants to do all these things for her.
Mm-hmm.
But when Celie, the woman that he's taken as his wife, even though we know this ain't the wife that he wanted, yada
Right.
yada yada. But at the same time, I just thought it was interesting that this man would treat a woman the way that she quote unquote should be treated if it was the right woman. Did y'all feel a way about that? Because that mess irritated me so
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he loved Suge, and Suge, he wanted Suge. Suge was something he couldn't have, so he was trying
Right.
to
That's right.
get her. Whereas
That's
he
right.
didn't want, Celie, and to me, Suge didn't want him, so he was busy
No,
chasing her.
that's
I
But
won't
right.
he
That's
couldn't
say that
have her
Suge
because
didn't
of the
want him.
father.
He
His
didn't
Hmm.
want to
father.
bow. He bowed down to his father, and
Yeah.
his
Yep.
father didn't want him to marry
Hmm.
Suge.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
That
Yeah.
was
said
his
it.
problem.
I need a
Hmm.
I need a man.
I need
Right.
a
A
man.
man.
Hmm.
I need a man.
Well,
Okay, y'all.
he was the way he was because of his father. His father was the way
Exactly.
Yes.
he
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Okay, y'all. I need y'all to finish this line. You show Liz ugly.
Ugly.
was. Ugly.
Ugly.
Uh,
Okay, and then next line I want you to finish is it's gone.
Rain on your
Right on
head.
your head. I just said that the other day too.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
little boy. It's gonna rain on your head.
Okay, y'all. So when we get to the house, Celia gets to the house. The first thing she's met with old Harpo badass. Like they were some bad kids.
Yeah, I would have spanked his damn behind.
Yeah, he was bad as
Okay,
hell.
y'all. Am I the only person that was confused by all these damn kids running around? I'm trying to figure out every time we turn around, it's a bunch of kids at this house. And sometimes, like, okay, so we know that he had Harpo. That's really the only one they talk about, but he had the other girls,
He
right? I
had
don't know
other
how
Mhm.
many.
children too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the other
Yeah.
girls. But, there's going to be a time when Suge pops up, right? And then she's going to be reading to these kids. And I'm like, who the hell is these kids? And they in the house, y'all. I
What
just
But
is
don't
him and
understand.
Shook, they have
When
kids, all
she
right.
was reading to the kids, wasn't Harpo a little older?
Yeah, he was
Well,
a
it
little
might have been
older.
Sophia and Harpo's kids.
Girl,
Well,
I
he
don't
Man,
had a
know.
bunch of
Technically,
children.
that's
mm,
Now
the
he had children,
children.
I think, by different women or something. He had a lot of children.
yeah. But he
Okay,
had
Mm-hmm.
so
kids
he
by Sophie,
Somebody
by
said
Shook
15
though.
kids.
Yeah,
oh
he had a lot of kids.
They might be
They
right
just
for
didn't
the book.
highlight all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a Harpo they highlighted in the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
he had a
Mm.
lot of
But in
children.
the book, he had kids by Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Suge Avery. I'm sorry, Suge. Him and Suge
okay,
had
so he
kids
did have the kids by Suge in
So
the
in the
he
oh,
book.
okay.
shook Avery kids.
In the book, he had kids by
You
Suge.
know what? That's been so long ago. I don't even
It's been a long
remember,
time.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
read
I
the
don't
book.
remember either,
Yeah,
but
I
you know,
don't
he got
remember,
kids
but
by
I
his
think they
father.
tried to insinuate it because I remember she basically said her father, mother had her kids, but
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
remember when his father comes and gets on him and he was saying she been all, out there and had kids by different men. He says, no, I can vouch for it.
Right.
All her kids have the same baby daddy. He said, you can't vouch
Yeah,
for nothing.
Because he is the daddy.
He's the
Right,
daddy.
Yeah.
because he's
right,
trying to say
He is.
he the pappy.
Yeah,
right.
he said
Yeah.
I
I the
can vouch
pappy.
for it. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, so when she gets there for the kids greet her the way that they greet her, Harpo specifically, and then there's that infamous line when she is well, first of all, let me back up. When she first gets there, it feels like she thinks that this might be a marriage where she can say things, but we're gonna quickly learn that this is a marriage where she can't say shit, y'all.
No,
Excuse my French. She
no.
can't.
She's a slave.
He
Hmm.
asserted his authority right from the beginning
Yeah.
when she's combing the little girl's hair and she says, "I can't." Y'all finish the
I
line.
can't comb her hair. When
I
the last time
can't.
somebody combed her
Hmm.
She
hair?
was screaming. He was
Yeah.
trying. Why don't you shut that kid up?
Yeah,
Mhm.
she was
Mhm.
going.
And
She
then,
wanted
She
to cut
wanted
her
to
hair.
cut her hair, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
he wanted to cut it. She wanted to cut it, and he said no. You can't.
Mhm.
mhm,
It's bad
and
luck to cut a woman hair.
mhm.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Well,
he's
you
like,
gotta
"Shut her
comb
up."
it. That little child here was so nappy.
It was
You
not.
was
Yeah,
supposed
it
to
was
Yes.
break a
free.
comb.
Yeah.
And then she says, "I can't. It hurt her."
Yep.
And then he got up and he slapped her, and that was probably the one of the first times that we really saw him assert his
Hmm.
authority over
Mm-hmm.
her to the point where we knew that she was fearful and that she just tried to do what she could do. But did y'all see how dirty that house
The
was?
house was
Yes.
trashy.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was
Yeah,
crazy. I couldn't have cleaned that up, and
It
she
was
had
like
it
they lived
where
in a
it was
doggone
spotless
zoo.
when she finished.
yes,
Yes.
you could
Yeah,
see
Had
a
them pots
reflection.
shining and everything.
Yes.
When
yeah.
I saw her wipe that doggone
The
when I saw her
wall.
wipe that wall,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, that was all
said,
the
"Lord,
soot and stuff.
how long did oh my
nobody
goodness."
was over there cleaning. It was yeah.
Right.
At
But
all.
can
And
we look? Can we
go ahead.
backtrack a second? I'm a big Color Purple fan. So back when she first came to the house, Harpo said she ain't my mammy.
Mhm.
In the
She ain't
book, her mother he watched his mother die in the book. So the daddy didn't even care about this boy already seeing his mama dying. Now, here your new mama. That ain't my
Hmm.
mammy. And then
Hmm.
hit her in the head with a rock. And
Hmm.
now she got a big old stain on her head with the rag. And then you're going to slap her in the face after she already wounded from your son?
Uh-huh.
He didn't
Boy, I
Yeah,
care.
want to meet
he
you.
didn't
at
care.
all.
Mm-mm.
At
He did not
all.
care. Let's go to the
No.
chat, y'all, real quick. Let's see.
She ain't my mammy.
Oh, somebody talking about 15 kids.
Somebody
I
had to
made
go.
that
It's
up.
been so long since I read the book, Since I ain't read the book probably since the 80s. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't
I'm gonna have to
remember
go
that
back and
part, y'all.
read the book
That's
again.
I
Yes.
read that book in the 80s.
It was in the 80s when I read the book. I ain't read it since.
I had a refresher recently because when I saw y'all was doing this, I said, "Oh, let me go ahead and get this refreshing my brain on
I
this
was
book."
going to,
I
but
did
I
the
didn't
movie. I
have
refreshed
a
the
chance.
movie. Yeah.
Y'all want to
I
hear
didn't have
something?
a chance. What's that?
At work, Deb Schuler can vouch for this. We used to watch this at work on our break.
Hey.
And we watched it so much that we knew the words already anyway, but we still watched it at least every couple of months. It would be on in there. Somebody would put it on. Because that's when we was
Okay.
playing the
Yeah,
DVDs
she
at
Yeah,
work.
definitely wasn't
she
the
was
wife.
never considered the wife. She was just a slave or maid.
She was his mule.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's
His
all
slave,
she
his
was.
mule, his maid, whatever negative connotation you want to use for somebody that's being
Exactly.
with, yes,
Exactly.
disrespectful.
Okay, y'all. So, they say mothers know, you know what I'm saying? And at some point, Celie goes into the store and she sees, dang, I can't think of her name, the pastor's wife. It'll come to me in a minute. But the pastor's wife, she sees her and she believes that this is her baby. And she's trying to see the baby. What did you think about this, Candy? Like, what was your, kind of break it down, what you thought?
I thought it was sad because she knew it was her baby, and that just broke my heart that she knew it was her baby, and she held the baby, and she didn't want to give her the baby back. And when she asked the lady what was her name, she said Pauline, but I call her Olivia because she looks like an Olivia. But remember, she stitched Olivia in her diapers or her shirts or something.
Yeah.
So why are you saying you call this child Olivia? The daddy gave you all the stuff that she made. I'm like, listen, I don't miss nothing in this movie.
I said that too. I was
but that
like,
really broke my heart. That broke my heart.
Yeah, it
Do
was
you
very
think she
sad.
knew that was the mother? Because
I always felt like she did because when she was walking out, she turned back and looked at her, and also when she looked at her eyes, I think she saw it in her eyes, and
that was the baby. Because it looked like the mom.
She sure did turn back and look. All right, y'all. Let's see. So that's her looking at
It
the
was
baby.
very sad.
Yeah.
And then she had to be, are you gonna buy anything or not, gal? I was so mad at him.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
so nasty to her.
Yeah, well,
How she said,
that's how it was
Are
at
you
that
gonna
time.
buy anything or not, gal?
Has
She was
anybody
like,
seen
no,
that
sir.
actress since? What has she been doing? That actress that played the young Celie.
Somebody look it up. Yeah, because I was gonna look it up earlier, but I
look it up
didn't
because I
have
haven't
time.
seen.
They showed her on. I saw her on. I want to say, was it TikTok? One of them, I
she's
seen
a
her like
beautiful lady.
like how she looks now.
I don't remember if I seen her playing it. I mean, I had to look her up or something. But
I'm not too sure. I know I definitely seen the one that played Nettie in a couple of other things.
Oh,
that's John Singleton's ex.
Yeah, well, he had
got
7
kids
kids,
with him.
and she had 1 or 2 kids with him, but he had 7 kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
She's still acting, but the other girl, I don't see her.
Yeah, I didn't really see her in too much. Maybe like a Law and Order episode, or one of them type of
she
shows.
wasn't doing no big time stuff, but I think she was behind the scenes with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember seeing her in New Jack City in the court. She was in there brief, where you be like, oh shoot, that's you see it real quick. And I'm trying to think of what other movie. I can't remember what other movie I saw her in.
Yeah, you see it from time to time pop up.
Yeah. So so we're gonna break from that real quick. I want to know what your favorite scene is. Like, everybody has a favorite scene from The Color Purple. What is your all-time favorite scene? You got to pick one. I know I got like multiples. But
I got multiples.
It's hard to pick one.
You got to give us like a 5 at least. Because like this, and this. It can't be just one.
You got one scene, and you got to say it. You got to say what it is. Like, you got to. I know you know to reenact it because everybody reenacts their favorite scene. So, go ahead and hit me with who anybody can go first. I ain't gonna put nobody on the spot. Who got theirs? Who
I
know
like
what
any of the scenes when
it's so many
balling up her
scenes.
fist and about to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
But you gotta say it, Inga. You gotta say the words. You know them.
Uh, oh my.
She said I'm on the spot. I can't think of it.
So, wait a minute. Give me a second. No, y'all go ahead while I'm thinking.
Okay,
Look, I'll
Boo.
go off screen and do mine.
Okay.
Look, I'll go off. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my brothers and sisters. But wait, what'd she say?
But I
I don't want to fight my husband, but I'll kill him then. I don't know it quote for quote, but it's certain parts where you remember because she said it with all her heart.
She really what she say? You told Harpo to beat
You
me.
told Harpo to beat me.
Yeah.
What she say? I never
say you
thought I
better-
had to fight on
yeah.
my own.
Bad, the bash Mrs. Head in and what's he saying? Worry
Think about heaven later.
Like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, think about heaven later.
Yeah,
Mhm.
worry about having later. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
getting
Okay.
behind because they're flaming it on
Tamika,
the
what's your favorite one? What
Uh,
you got?
That is so hard because there's so many, but one that always make me laugh. I think I shared it on TikTok, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but side note, because I didn't notice it as many times as I watched this movie, and I shared those on TikTok too. When the plate is full, 1 minute when Sophia's eating, and the next minute is nothing near, and then when she give her the glass of lemonade, she drank it all, but then the glass is full again. I said, "What is going on here?" But anyway, a part that always makes me laugh is when she says, "My name is Mary Agnes," and his father says, "Mary what? Mary who gives a damn?" I always crack up with that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Candy, what you got? I know you got some brewing in here. What you got?
Yes. Mine is at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said, "Oh, Sophia, home now. Things gonna change around here."
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite part. I love the whole beginning and end. I like all of that. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wait
just thought about that one
Then the
too.
dad said, "The dead has arisen."
Yes.
Maybe she can sweep out the caboose.
The dinner scene is the best. Is one of the best. But there's so many. It's hard to pick one. But this whole movie is it's a lot of great scenes.
Full of them. Let me go to the chat, y'all, because RC said it's too many to name. Did I ever ask you for anything?
Yes, I never asked you for nothing, not even your
Sorry,
hand in marriage.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, let's see what you told Harpo to beat me. Yep.
Hey, Tia.
Nutty.
Oh yes.
And when Celie cursing the style, she gave him some words. When she did that thing, everything you done. Listen, I thought that was real. I could just go around to everything you done to me.
Yes.
I sat in that jail.
That's real.
Sat in that jail and
real.
nearby done rocked the deal.
No.
Okay, here go a good one. Harpo, who this woman?
Yes.
No, karma is real. So so that thing is accurate.
Okay, let's see
what done to me is gonna be done right back to you.
Exactly. Kendall said when Suge Avery was running towards the house before Celie cut Mister with the razor, but also Suge Avery singing. Listen.
Yeah, that's always gonna be the part right there, honey.
At home, fixing
y'all one of my favorite.
I'm
gonna tell y'all one of my favorite parts, and I say this to my little cousin all the time. He's like, and this is no disrespect to anybody, y'all. Let me just put that out there. This is no disrespect to anybody, but my little cousin is Nigerian, and every time I used to see him, I would go up to him.
About to say.
I say, Mama Boone.
I knew you was about to say it. Mama. Well, I was watching. I was bawling. I was crying. Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you, this movie right here just has some of the best lines, and they are classic. I won't lie to y'all. I made my daughter sit down and watch this. I said, you ain't never gonna be at a point where somebody say me and you us never part, and you don't know what they talking about. Yeah. You gonna know that.
My TV dad. Okay.
God is trying to tell you
yeah.
something. God is trying to tell you something. Tell you something right here, right? I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I used to listen to the soundtrack over and over and over.
Yes,
I used to
Mhm.
love the
soundtrack.
soundtrack. I'm
We used to
Yes.
sorry,
be in the
I
church on
can't
the choir
sing, so I'm
stand,
sorry if
and
I'm
my cousin
singing.
be like, "Hey, Saint God trying to tell you something. Saint God
Mhm.
trying to tell you something." Now we in church in real life now. I'm like, God,
Mhm.
anybody? Yeah.
That's a real
Good.
thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet daddy, sinners have soul too. She
yeah.
came in there and blew them away.
That church was rocking too.
Yes.
I used to
Mhm.
think that
It really
church was
was. That
rocking.
that was
That's
that was
yeah.
so great. Okay, y'all. So let me go back and get back on track now. Okay. My bad, y'all. Okay. Let's go back to these slides and let's see where we were at. Okay. So we're gonna move through some of this, y'all, because I'm gonna kind of just go back and forth. I just feel like having a more candid conversation, but I do need to use these slides to kind of keep me in track. Okay, so we know when Nettie first got there, Mister had already been looking at her. This was right up his alley, so we already knew what was coming.
Yeah.
It was inevitable, and even Celie says it. Do you remember what she says to Mika?
Yeah, she was telling her, you're not gonna be able to stay here for long. You're gonna have to go soon. And I think that's when they was trying to come up with a plan, like, with her going to school, she was gonna teach her how to read so that they would be able to write to each other once it was gonna be her time to go. Because she said he gonna make a move on you. Like we all knew it was coming.
Absolutely.
And then she was making fun of him. That far had me cracking up, and he on the side with his damn pipe listening to them the whole time.
Okay. And even her sister tells her about standing up to the kids, and she told her
Hmm.
like they got the upper hand. But you're talking about
Right.
that part right there when she was
Hmm.
like, "My shoes need a shining, and my
Yes.
kids."
My kids, these kids.
Hmm.
Then I'ma lay on top of you while I do my thing.
Oh my goodness. You know what? When they were doing the words, I think my favorite part was when she said, what did she say? God, it's when she changed her whole tone. What did she say? It was not the stocking one. Window. When she
Yeah.
remember when she changed the
Hmm.
whole thing. I thought
And
that
she
was
started
Mhm.
saying,
But she did the thing with the stocking when she ran her little hands up like
Uh-huh.
that, her thing
Hmm.
like that. So
it was just so it was a really good feeling when she was around her sister. You could tell there was
Yes.
Mhm.
true,
mm-hmm.
genuine love there. It was
Hmm.
unconditional love.
very
Yes.
To
unconditional.
tell you,
That's when she was teaching her the words, and then he came standing up behind, and she's, what
Yeah.
is it? She said, Mister
Mister
M-I-S-T.
is
yeah,
T-E-R
yeah, we
period.
hated Danny Glover for a long
Yeah.
time. I
And he was
did.
like, don't you got something better to do?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then this him being a dirty old man when
Hmm.
I went
Oh, I
crazy on
was so
these
mad at
screenshots. I
Oh, I
him.
was so
apologize,
mad
y'all.
at this. I was so happy
Yeah,
that she got away from him, Lord.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
me too. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I gotta
Him and
go to
this.
school.
I
Gotta
gotta
go to
go to school. That
school.
nobody said that one. Yeah, that was
I
another
gotta
one. I
go to
gotta go to
school.
school. And then nobody said nothing but death can keep me from. I forgot about that was another one.
Yes.
Nothing
That's
but
we
Nothing
did,
but
yeah.
Hmm.
death.
Oh well, yeah,
nothing
we
but
did
death
say
can
that. Yeah, yeah,
keep
yeah.
us
Yeah.
apart. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this was a really sad situation. And right here, he made up his mind that he
Yeah.
was, you know, going
Mhm.
to separate them because he knew this is what would hurt the most. And I thought this was so sad because we're seeing these two sisters about to be torn apart. You have one who one is introverted and one is extroverted. I mean, you
Hmm.
can they
Mhm.
definitely are that. And then you have this bond that he's just tearing them apart. I was crying, y'all. Every time I see this, I promise you, I cry. Something about this movie just
Hmm.
still brings me
Yeah.
to tears.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, y'all. So let's see. And this is one of the few times that we saw Celie fight too.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
We don't really see her fight a lot, but we did see her fight. There was that part, and sorry guys, again, I couldn't get videos because I just didn't want to deal with
Hmm.
possible copyright stuff. So,
Yeah.
but there's that part when she's trying to get to her and she's literally hitting him and she's trying to get
Yes.
to him. And
Yeah.
she's trying, she has no fear at that point when it comes
Mhm.
to her sister. I was like, okay, I wanted a
Yeah.
sister real bad at this
Hmm.
point for like a whole hot second. I have a half sister,
Why?
but I don't have a sister that I was ever born, that I said born with. Y'all know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
live
get what
with.
you're
I have
Grew
saying.
up
all
with.
Hmm.
Yeah.
brothers.
Mhm.
So this always made me want a sister, but then I was like, we might hate each other, so maybe not.
Mhm.
But they said he really beat their hands when they were wrapped around that tree. They said he really
Mhm.
hit their hands in real life, like
Mm.
to make it look real.
To make it look
Mhm.
real, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But me and
Oh,
him might have
Danny
had to
Glover
fight
played this
afterwards.
role, man.
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
did. He definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
he played the heck out of this role.
Right.
Yep. I was just gonna say, what you think she's saying?
Why?
That's
Nothing.
exactly what she
Nothing
said.
gonna keep us
Mhm.
apart. Yeah.
Nothing but death can keep me
Yep.
from it.
And then
Mhm.
what do y'all think what did she say right here? What did she say?
Why?
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Yes.
I love it. I love it when you can look at something and know exactly what
Mhm.
was going on. This is so crazy. And
What she
then
say?
this is our infamous song.
Yes.
Me and you us never part. That was
Mhm.
so infamous.
Mhm.
Like if anybody ever
This the
says
part
that,
that
you
always make you cry though.
Yeah.
exactly. And then there's what did she say in this one?
Nothing but
Nothing
death
else
can
could
keep
keep.
you from it.
Yes.
Yep. I love that. I put two
Yes.
of them because she said it twice, and then Celie was just
Mhm.
looking sad. Lord have
Right.
mercy.
Yes.
Yes, I
Poor
was trying.
thing.
The casting was so great for this movie. It was
Yes,
Yes.
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 absolutely. I wholeheartedly 100% agree with you, Inga. The casting
Mhm.
was on point. And that's why I think that the new casting is I think it's good. I am
Mhm.
interested to see how they gonna transform Sierra. I ain't
Yes.
gonna lie, y'all. That's my only question mark right now. And that's just because Nettie is such a central part of the story, even though she's not in it the entire time
Mhm.
per se. She's
Yeah,
still
I had to agree with you on that because I'm just thinking of Sierra, but
Mhm.
maybe they transformed her look and everything about her.
yeah, so I'm just because I think of Sierra and I think high fashion and
Mhm.
just
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to think of her as Nettie, but I can't picture it just yet. I can
Mhm.
actually picture Hallie as a young Nettie because after I seen some of it, I was like, oh, okay, I can see that, I can see that. So I'm trying to envision her. So I guess we'll see though. I'm not
Yeah.
knocking nothing until I actually see it, but
But
Mhm.
older Nettie was in Africa, so she had all the African garb and the
Mhm.
the hair
But
and
they
the
gonna have
things in her
Selena
hair.
But
Gomez
So
on
she
that
wasn't
Sierra,
floor
light
probably.
skinned. She
but
wasn't light
I
skinned. Why
mean,
didn't get
Yeah.
a chocolate sister?
I
Thank
think they
you.
were trying to copy because Hallie is her and Sierra are very similar complexion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
they
yeah,
I think
trying
they
to
were
match
trying to
it like
copy
that.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
and that made sense. So was y'all rooting for her to just cut him right here? Because I was like, can
yes,
you please just slit his
Yes.
Yes.
throat?
slice it.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Cut him, girl. Cut
yes.
Yeah,
him.
Like
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
But
know
later
what
on, when it was Whoopi playing her, I wanted Whoopi to slice his throat. Yeah,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Was
yeah,
going
She
to.
was about to have should then run up and get her.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fixing the shave mixer.
See, right here, she was
Mhm.
just
A
too
nice
scared.
looking
She wouldn't
little
have done
dog.
nothing right here. But later on,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
got more courage
Yeah,
later
she
on.
was broken then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Exactly.
you cut
Yeah.
me, I
She was
kill
getting
you.
strong reading those letters.
Hmm.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she was getting strong too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Harpo, y'all was it? No, this
She
not
was
Harpo.
bad.
This is who kid was
That's
this?
Harpo.
That's Harpo as a
That's
little
how
That's
boy.
when he was
Harpo.
little.
Yeah.
Harpo, okay.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
was like, wasn't that Harpo when
Yeah.
he was looking sitting up there? What did he say? He said something right here, and I cannot think of what it was for the life of me. But he said something that was funny, and I was like, "This Harpo is just bad. Like he
Yeah.
just need a
But she
He's
button."
a
said them
bad
kids was
child.
rotten. She said it. She said
Mm-hmm.
y'all were rotten.
Old Sugar Avery.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Suge Avery,
Mhm.
y'all. So we have a time jump, and
Mhm.
I wrote down the time jumps on here because I wanted to point out some things, but I can't remember where I wrote them at, y'all. So we're not gonna worry about it. But because I felt like they were significant, but I clearly I'm unorganized at this point because I don't know where I wrote them at. But
Mhm.
there's a few time jumps in this. So we first get our
Yeah.
first time jump where we got the older Celie now, and this is Whoopi Goldberg. And let me just say this: Whoopi did her thing in this movie. She played the hell out of this
Mm-hmm.
role.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
she really, really did her thing. I'm gonna go to the chat real
I
quick,
love
y'all.
Whoopi.
Yeah, she giving me jumping jack flash right here though, with that piece, that hair.
Mhm.
Okay. Hey Shannon. Hey Tina. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you coming through. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh, Big Harpo. I wonder, did he ever play in anything else? I need to look that up
Yeah, he
because
was
I
in
am.
I've seen
RoboCop.
him in some stuff later on, like
He was in
Law and Order and
RoboCop
other stuff.
too. He played Mayor Kusi.
Yeah, I probably would
He
have
was
never
in a
paid
couple of
attention to it.
Probably
movies.
saw him and paid, didn't realize who he was.
Exactly. Now, y'all. So at this point, Celie has pretty much grown up. She's been there for several years now, lots of years. She was
Mm-hmm.
15, I think, when she got there, maybe 15-ish, 14, 15, somewhere around there. And now she's older and she knows
Hmm.
Mr. like the back of her
Mm-hmm.
hand.
Yes,
It's
sir.
so
Mm-hmm.
crazy how conditioned she is to just know everything. But most importantly, we see that she's so used to him. She doesn't even none of this stuff bothers her anymore. The way he
No.
talks to
Hmm.
her,
Yeah.
No.
it's
Mm-mm.
all just
Mm-hmm.
normal. And it doesn't remember when she was younger, you could see the hurt in her.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
in her older self, was it just me or did you just really not see that hurt anymore like you used to see it? You just saw a I'm conditioned, it is what it is.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Yeah,
trying to survive, trying
She
to
just trying
live.
to
That's
survive
it.
at this
Yeah.
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
You saw her
Just
as
trying to
like,
live to
well,
see
this is
another
my
day.
life, so I
Mm-hmm.
gotta do
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
But she was
So
still kind of shy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she
But
was
she
definitely
was
shy.
quiet and she did
Mm-hmm.
what he said, or she gave him what he needed. He didn't even know he needed it. He already
Right.
had it for
Mhm.
us.
Yep.
Things when he was coming
Hmm.
back, I'm like, Mister,
Mm-hmm.
like, if it wasn't for Celie, like your whole life would just be trash.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And he
Like,
just ransacking the house looking for everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was pissing me
mhm.
off because she gonna have to clean that up later.
Hmm.
Exactly. Now he go to see Suge, y'all. So clearly we've all read the book, and I know it's been a long time for some of us because I can't remember a lot of stuff. But what the one thing I do remember is that we go through a lot of time shifts, like a lot of time jumps in the book as well. But Mr. and Suge have had a full blown relationship. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Celie is just kind of here. You know, even the dad at some point mentions, like, I think at the dinner, that day ain't on dinner table, y'all. That dinner scene brought out a lot, but even he mentions it that you know that she was a better woman, like because most people wouldn't allow the what he say the
Yeah, allow
Oh
Yeah.
her
yeah,
out.
that's when he
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
to the house and was going on off
Mhm.
on him right after she,
oh
they
yeah
went and got her,
water.
and
Not
she,
Yeah.
him.
yeah, brought
Not
him the
him. The
water.
Hmm.
woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He's
what he
like,
said.
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about this right here. Sophia that came. Sophia is pregnant, y'all, and
Mm-hmm.
let the daddy tell it how he even know it's his baby. But Harpo, isn't it funny that Harpo is the one that seems more? I don't want to call.
Impact.
Yes, yes, I didn't want to say it, but doesn't
He
it seem like?
is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like you're seeing Celie in this role that she has as an abused woman, but you're also seeing Harpo, who is just completely like I'm like Harpo, come on now, bro, get a little backbone or something. But he also is tied with his father as well. Sophia tells him like, look, when you become a man or whatever, come see us. And his daddy
Mm-hmm.
tells him what he tell him, don't move like at all. What did y'all think
Mm-hmm.
about the dynamics of Sophia and Harpo?
That part always
Sophia
made
is
me
strong
laugh.
minded.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yes,
strong minded.
she is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
strong. She came from
Yeah.
strong women. She not
Yeah.
they not letting no
Mm-hmm.
man dominate them
Mm-hmm.
And
and
her family has her back, like her
the
sisters and
family has her
brothers,
Yeah.
back.
like they
Yeah.
were very good people. And
Yeah.
even though her dad had kicked her out, her family was still good to her and her
Hmm.
Right.
sisters because they could
Yeah.
live with her for as long as they
Right, because
wanted
he
to.
tried to play her like not only
Yeah.
was
Hmm.
he saying, "Oh, we don't even know if this is his baby," but it was kind of like, "Oh, you're not gonna come
Yeah.
here and live with us, and we're not gonna take care." She was like, "I'm good where I'm
Hmm.
at. Like
Yeah.
my
I live
sister
with
say,
my
I can
sister.
stay as long as I want. Don't
Yeah,
get it
she didn't
twisted."
need Harpo because
Right.
she didn't need
Hmm.
Harpo. She wanted
Hmm.
Harpo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
She
exactly.
didn't
Hmm.
need him. She wanted him.
Hmm.
He was real rude
Exactly.
to her, and she was giving it all
Yeah.
back
Hmm.
to him.
Yep. She said,
I
at least
like that
somebody
about her.
around here got some manners when Silly gave her the drink. And then
Hmm.
she's like, let me know when you're ready, Harpo. Then she's like, Harpo. And the next time you look there at the wedding.
I
We at the
do.
wedding. You may salute your bride.
But his daddy
So
treated him so bad. He didn't know
Yes.
how to act.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
Mister done fell asleep at the doggone.
Right.
He
I'm
probably
like,
was
come on
drunk.
now.
He didn't like Sophia. He didn't want
At
He didn't
no.
know how
No.
to embrace his son either. Look at him.
No, he didn't.
Mm. He has no clue, but it's so interesting that he tries to love Suge, but yet he can't love these kids. He can't love
Mm-hmm.
anybody that he's supposed to have a connection with, but yet he has this deep thing for Suge. I always found that
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
interesting. Yeah, so what this is probably one of my favorite parts when the little boy comes in and
Yeah.
says, when
It's
the
gonna rain on your head.
it's so freaking cute. I don't know what it is, these big old pants that he got on, and
Yes.
he
Hand me
kind of looks a
down.
little bow-legged a little bit when he's standing up there, and I'm just like, and then he just said, "It's gonna rain on your head."
Mm-hmm.
That was like one of the cutest parts.
Uh-huh.
But we know that someone told Sophia or someone told Harpo that he should beat Sophia. That's how he gets her in line. Talk to me about that, Moochie. What did you think about the concept that it was Celie who told Harpo this? I mean, we know the daddy told him, but we expect that from him. We don't expect that from
I didn't.
Celie.
I was like, what? Why is she saying that to him? Like, you don't think your life, you know your life, how bad your life is with what he does. Why would you tell him to do that to somebody else?
I
Yeah.
think she start
Yeah,
to think that it was normal, that that's how
yeah,
it
Yeah.
was
I was gonna
supposed
say
to
the same
I
go.
could say
thing.
that too,
That's
because
all
then
she
you got to
knows.
look at where she
Yeah.
came from too with her dad.
Yeah. And that's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
how you get them in line. You beat them.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's all
she
she
didn't
knows.
realize Sophia was a strong woman. You don't,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's why the
She didn't need to
doggone
be
yeah
beat. You
the
just talk to her like you're supposed to, and
mm-hmm.
y'all would have been fine. But he chose to
Mhm.
It
get.
was the mule.
Yeah,
It was that
and
old
I think,
mule.
and it's
Yeah,
some funny
he.
scenes too. He said, "No, it was the mute." He said, "Nah, that looked like a fist to me. That don't look like no mute."
No, no, that old mule.
Yeah, he thought that's
But
what he
yeah,
was
this
supposed to
Having
do.
some good fights.
okay.
Mm,
And that
yeah.
was
To her, that was normal.
Mm-hmm.
She probably saw her stepfather, but she didn't know
Yeah.
her stepfather at the time, punching and beating on her own mother too. So it's probably
Mm-hmm.
been something
Mm-hmm.
she's known all her life.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
probably never
yeah.
seen a man treat a woman in any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly. At
mhm.
some point, Sophia is like, I can't take this anymore and I'm leaving. And this is where these two kind of, split
Mm-hmm.
parts, and Celie saying her goodbye. And okay, Inga, talk to me about this mailbox thing. Throughout this movie, there's the mailbox thing. No one can touch the mailbox. Was this mailbox really fixed or what?
I don't think so. It didn't never look like it was fixed. It just he just wanted to put the fear in her that she would, if she go out there and touch it, that something could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was fixed. It didn't never look like it.
Mm-mm.
We didn't see anything look like it was
Uh-uh.
he jimmied it or did something to it or whatever. But I think he just wanted to scare her,
Yeah.
you
Because
know.
how he was gonna get the mail? How the mail was
He
gonna
knew,
get put in
but
it?
he knew he was getting those. He wanted the letters from Suge, but he
Mm-hmm.
also wanted to get all those letters that was coming from Nettie,
Nettie.
and he wanted
Right.
to
Wanted to block her from being able to even have that.
yeah. He didn't want her
Mm-hmm.
to have access to nothing. Just cook and clean and take care of these kids. You don't need to be
Yep.
doing anything
Hmm.
that you don't need to know my business, what's going on, you
And
know.
lay on her back every now and again when he
Mhm.
needs to,
That's that
just
tax time meme right there. Can things come for me?
Any
okay.
man, me.
And right
That's it.
then he reminded her, those kids I was talking about, y'all, when they was out there on the porch and they was doing the thing right before Sugar. I'm like, who kids is these?
And
But
it could be
It could
neighborhood
be
kids or
Sophia's
anybody.
kids too,
Mm-hmm.
though.
It could be Sophia. Cause remember, she said Harpo they would fight each other and then have babies, and then
And have
Mm-hmm.
babies, yeah.
fight each other and then have babies. So it could be their kids too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
That's
don't
why
and
I figure it's the grandkids.
that's why I was like, maybe it's some grandkids. And then we have to remember, and this is the conclusion I came with. There was the daughters. They probably popping out babies too,
Yeah,
because
we just didn't see. They
Yeah.
didn't get deep into
just
all of
didn't
the.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so maybe they're their kids, because in this scene, the kids are standing right there in the house. Because at first I was like, maybe these the neighbors' kids, but I was like, why the neighbors' kids here at this? Then I was like, oh, but he had all them girls. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
he had a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
children. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those
maybe
could be
these are the
grandchildren.
grandkids.
They could be
Yeah.
Right.
Sure
Yeah,
did.
they never really emphasized on it, but you always saw them in the background in different times.
And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, every time I was like, dang, and these kids are always young. So I'm like, and we done had several time jumps, but yet we got all these
So they
young
probably
people.
grandchildren. Then they probably
Yeah,
grandchildren. Yeah.
more than
Mm.
likely. All right, y'all. Okay, Candy, I'm about to let you have this one right here because we're about to see Miss Suge Avery enters the building, and Celie, of course, she's like, look, she done heard so much about Suge. She knows that she's the other woman. I mean, she clearly knows this
Mm-hmm.
so much that she doesn't want to look a certain way when she gets there. She tries to go fix herself up. What you think about this scene and the infamous line that nobody said this one either, but what did you think about this?
Well, the way okay, so she was in love with Suge, as well, but the way she ran around trying to get right and look presentable for this lady, she forgot to wipe the mud off or whatever them kids put on her face. And when she first saw Suge, you surely is ugly.
Because she hadn't even
And
seen her yet at this point. This is her first
Mm-mm.
time.
This is her first time
yeah,
seeing
that
her.
was her
Yeah,
first time
except for
seeing her,
picture,
and she
except for
wanted to look
pictures,
presentable, but
she wanted to look presentable.
she
Yeah.
forgot to wipe that makeup off her face or whatever that
No,
was.
that was mud. Yeah.
Mud, I think.
Yeah,
I
so
think
she
that
was
was straight up
really
mud.
ugly when she saw her.
Yeah, and then she said, when she, I'm sorry, that scene always tripped me out. You surely is
You ugly. And then
ugly.
she's sick. She's
Yeah,
sicker.
she
Like,
was
Mhm.
sick or drunk or something. I don't know
yeah,
what she was. They,
Yeah,
they
she was
say
something was.
sick,
sick.
but I think she was drunk.
Yeah, something was definitely wrong
Mm-hmm.
with her. But I,
Hmm.
I thought maybe she just, too much alcohol. I didn't know,
She
That's
was
what
sick
I
because
but
feel.
they
But
said she had the nasty woman's disease,
yeah, because I
and
remember him saying that
she
for
was
sure.
coughing and carrying on, and and still smoking the cigarettes. But
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Chain smoking like it wasn't nothing.
mm-hmm.
So, Tamika, so we see that Mister has a softer side. And at this
Hmm.
point, we honestly, Mister still kind of talking a little rough to Celie, but we see that
Hmm.
he has this much softer side. Kind of talk to me about what you thought about seeing this side of Mister.
Yeah, it was interesting because you got her talking to him any old kind of way, and him kind of trying to butter her up, and he's saying he gonna make her favorite meal the way she wanted. This part always cracks me up when he be getting the stove ain't hot enough. But just and then when Silly hears her call him Albert, and she's like, Albert. She never knew in all these years because she's just used to him being Mister. But she's
Uh-huh.
like, and I know somebody mentioned it earlier, the fact that she's like, I don't want no damn boy, I want a man, and you can't do nothing for me. He burned up the food. Silly
oh,
was
the
out
food
of there.
was
He about to
black.
blow the whole kitchen up when they showed that rocket chair empty. Cause she's
Yo,
sitting
because
here
she picked
first
up the
like,
kerosene.
She picked up the kerosene.
That's
She
she's
what
was
sitting
it
in
was
like,
like.
there
let
Let
with
me
me
watch
watch.
no.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, she was out of there.
That
But
food was black.
yes.
Wow.
I need my
And he
animals.
talking about I made the eggs just like you like it. I said, she do not like no damn eggs like that, child.
Mm-mm.
I couldn't get the
He had
screenshot.
to
I was
blow
trying to
flames
get it.
out of the breakfast.
I
But
know that's the part I was trying to get when it was on
mhm.
fire and everything was
Yes.
burnt.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh my
But
goodness,
y'all, when
okay, you
she
don't."
went in there and she started cooking, she was throwing down.
She threw
Yeah.
down,
She
all
had
right.
Yeah.
Silly to come
cupcakes,
cook
Yeah.
for me.
three eggs
Yeah.
sunny side up. Then
And
she
she had
had
a
some
Yes.
grits
flower.
and
It
biscuits
looked like it got
Mhm.
cheese in them
and a
grits.
big old thing of
Mhm.
fried ham.
That's some
You know what I'm
Yalla
saying?
grits.
That's an old country
Mm-hmm.
breakfast. I ain't had
Yes,
one of them
absolutely.
back in the day. You
Okay,
like that? You know.
okay. First of all, I'm trying to figure out how the heck Suge ate all them biscuits. Did she just take
Right.
everything off
That's
the plate
like
and throw the tray out? Because I was like, okay, she didn't eat all this. She took everything off the
Mhm.
thing and
She
then just
She
kept with and threw the tray
Right.
out. That's
she
all
saved
she
it for
did.
later.
But I like how
I
she
think
threw
all
that
that she gonna be
food
sleep all
at
day.
I like how she threw that food at Mr. Too.
Making him out of wall.
Yeah.
I want to see what color she gonna paint the walls.
Right.
I want
And
to
that's
sit back and
another
see what the
interesting
wall look
thing,
like.
y'all. Okay. That's another interesting thing, y'all, is that we saw the way that Suge talked to him, whether she was drunk or not. Suge talked to him how she wanted to talk to him, whatever she thought. We even see this later when Suge is
Hmm.
clearly not drunk.
Right.
Um,
And
and
he
he
accepted it.
He
Mm-hmm.
accepted.
Yeah.
He never said anything back. He was always just trying to please her. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what lets me know that he was just a trifling Negro. You
Oh
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
most definitely. Yeah.
Because he had the capacity to care if he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to.
Yeah.
And he could have showed Celie something different, but he didn't want to, you know. So
Mhm.
then we're gonna move on to the tub scene, Moochie, and we see that Celie is, bathing her and showing her this compassion. What did you think about this entire scene?
Oh, mute.
Oh, you on mute. Sorry. You on
This
mute.
nurturing thing right here changed their whole relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It changed their whole relationship where they became friends and a little more, y'all.
Yeah.
According to the
Okay. Yeah,
book, okay?
we're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that
it's
for
true.
sure.
Cause Shook was still trying to give her a little attitude and be a little funny with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But once they started connecting about they both had kids, and then
Mm-hmm.
when she came home and started combing her hair, and she said,
And all that
and they
humming.
start doing their little humming.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so let me tell you. Okay, no, we gonna stop. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it. Okay, so Suge is in denial, in my opinion. At some point, she's in a lot of denial about her dad, and she really loves her dad, and she's really in a lot of pain. She's in denial and pain. She's going through what I guess what you would call the grieving process in a way.
Absolutely.
And Tamika, this is your area. This is your area right here. Talk to me about because I feel like it was just so much deeper. Sometimes we just look at this and we see one thing, but it feels like there was a lot more going on with Suge at this time.
Yeah, I think it was like about her kids because the first thing she asked her was, "Do you got kids?" I got kids. She talked about how important it is to have a father in the kid's life, and then she said, "My mother and daddy got my kids," and she was like, "Your daddy love you," and of course that kind of hit silly because we know the relationship she had with the man she think was her father. She didn't answer her; she just looked. And then Sugar's like, "My daddy loved me," but we see later that their relationship is complicated, and obviously he's cut her off because he looks at her whatever way, like, "Oh, you worldly, you out here doing whatever."
But he did
So
love
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. So daddy,
This
boy, I
part
tell
cracks
you.
me up.
What's funny is that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Whoever his wife is, I am sure he is giving her HE double hockey sticks for real. But we were introduced to the father, and of course, the father, he's a whole character, and he talks mess about Suge. At this point, Celie has grown a connection with Suge, and she cares about her in a sense. And she gives him a drink of water. What'd you think about that water, Inga?
I mean, he deserved it. He deserved a good old, in the water. He deserved that because he was just talking mess, and he was just. And the
He
reason why
killed
this
him.
is the way he is because of the father. So
Yep,
yeah, he
exactly. Okay,
deserved it.
Kendall. That's exactly what she said. Your Paul love you. My Paul love me. He just don't know it yet. I'm gonna go to
Yeah,
acting school, y'all.
absolutely.
I need to go to acting school right quick.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the father was something else. He was something else.
Yeah.
I
Even
think
though
he
I
had
think
You,
that's nasty, but then she
you,
said she was gonna give him a little sugar. You repeat
y'all.
the
I was
next
just getting ready to
time.
say that. That's the part I like
Yeah,
too.
he
Like
deserved it. You
next
know what I'm
time
saying?
I give him sugar,
Yeah.
repeat.
I ain't feel bad for him drinking the water.
And she
and
looked
he
at it like, "Oh, he drunk it all."
Hmm.
he had little man syndrome though. Like,
Yes.
how them
Yeah.
little men are mean and ugly to everybody. He
Yeah,
was
he
like he
was
had
like
little man syndrome.
that same actor was mean and nasty in the Soldier Story too.
Yeah,
Same.
Yes, another one of my
He
favorites.
was.
yeah.
You.
He
Yes.
sure
Yes.
Hmm.
was. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
Hmm.
So we got another time jump. So we've jumped to the summer of 1922, and Harpo is building the juke joint. You know what I'm saying? And this juke joint is where it was popping. Y'all know it went down at the juke joint, and this is where we got one of our chances to see one of our who would grow into one of our favorite actors. At least for me, he definitely
Hmm.
one of
I
my
agree.
favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
So we get to see him in this. It was a little. This movie is always nostalgic because I always like to try to see if I can see anybody that we know now as something bigger. So Harpo's building the juke joint. Suge Avery, of course, is gonna be the headliner, and then one of my favorite parts of the doggone movie. This is one of my favorite parts, y'all.
It looked like a
That
good old time in that juke joint.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
yes.
That looked like a real good
Mhm.
time.
Listen, if I could go to a juke, listen,
I'll be right there.
I'd be at the juke joint. Inga, me and you both be at the juke
I'll be
joint.
in there.
I'll be in there too.
Yes.
I would be there too.
Dancing.
Yep.
So, what y'all think about this whole scene? Was this not one? All the singing parts for me are like some of my most favorite parts, to be honest. But when she breaks down and she acknowledges her. She's like, "Look, this song is from Miss Seeley. She owned my hair and." All this stuff when she was sick. And then she sung the infamous song. You about to hit us with them bars, Moochie. Go ahead and hit us with them bars.
Yes. I love that part because everybody, looked down on her and stuff. And that part when she says that to her, then they all start looking, and moving out.
It looked like Albert brought his maid.
Yeah.
They was talking about her hat.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was trying to see if she was something that because when I saw her, I pictured her, this lady, I can't think of what her name is, but I could never really get a good glimpse of her to see if she was someone else that played in something, because her voice is familiar, but I don't know. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite scenes when she did the sister song. I thought that was great. But another classic line came out of this scene as well. Several, actually. We're gonna get Sophia comes back and she comes in with Buster. Was this Buster, y'all? Was he around this time, or is this too far back? I don't know.
What,
was
the
he a
fighter?
boxer? I don't know.
Buster
who
Douglas?
was. I don't
Nah,
know.
that wasn't him.
Who was supposed to be?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just.
But he was a fighter, though, right?
Yeah, he was a
I think
fighter.
he was.
I think
He
he might have
was.
been named Buster, maybe.
And I was like, do they name all the fighters Buster Girl? I don't know my.
Probably
I don't know. I was like, who is this supposed to be?
But she got something totally different from Harpo.
Yes, she did.
Her tall, dark-skinned dude, muscles. Yeah.
I will fight with my woman.
Okay.
Right.
And when Harpo came over there and said that he wanted to dance with he didn't say nothing. He just sitting there drinking with Mister.
He drinking
and
that
calling it a
moonshine.
day. That's what I'm talking about right there, y'all. That's trust. For
We
all
all
y'all
get
fellas
along.
out there, that is trust right there. There's some real trust in that. So then we get Squeak, y'all. Old Squeak. Oh, she come up. Now, why she do it, y'all? Why she do it, Candy?
I don't even know what she was thinking about.
He was a big old heifer.
Okay. It wasn't the fighter Buster Douglas. It's James Tillis, because I know Buster Douglas ain't look like that. He was much bigger.
No, Buster Douglas. That
Yeah,
wasn't.
no.
Oh no! I'm sure he way later. I'm just
No, but
I
they
don't know.
did name a lot of boxers named Buster. That was that was So
I just thought it was interesting that was his name, and that he mentions when he says the fighting thing. But yeah, Candy, go ahead and break that scene down for us when Squeak come up there and she doing the most.
Now I kind of vaguely remember, even though I just watched it the other day. Did she try to? Oh, she didn't want them to dance. Help me out.
You say, Harpo, who this woman?
Who this woman? That's right.
Who this woman?
She a big old heifer.
Big old heifer.
It was on and popping.
I
ain't used that for so long. I'm gonna bring that word back. I'm going out telling that a big old heifer.
Yeah, that's my favorite word, heifer.
I ain't used that in a minute. I'm gonna bring it back.
I know she ever. I said what?
Yeah, I told you about her before that, Sophie. She better get your hands off my.
But Candy, what will make her slap her in her face?
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was she doing that for? No one told her to do it, and Sophia didn't do that to her.
And
Sophia
she had
said,
already
She
said it was
thought,
fine with her. I
Yeah,
said
fine,
Now,
fine
what
with me.
made you smell?
She
Look
thought
how everybody
wrong.
cleared out of there when once
right.
she got
Everybody
smacked.
said, "Oh, hell to the no,
They was
They
like,
go
Sophia."
with
oh,
that piano
oh,
Soon as
sound.
the
the
piano
It
piano
was
player
player,
fine.
left.
everybody be like, "Oop, got to go."
They
They
got to
got to use
go.
all their
That
instruments.
part always cracks
I
me up.
don't know what her
Yeah.
problem. I don't know why. What made her think she was gonna hit Sophia? But
and then
Sophia,
Sophia was gonna hit back.
Harpo didn't tell her about that eye that he had a couple years ago.
Mm-mm.
That
He
swollen
tell
eye
her
that
about
he
that
told somebody was a
mule.
mule. Yeah, yeah.
He did not tell her about that mule at all. Because if he had told her about that mule, she might have thought twice
Yeah.
about trying to hit
When you see her
Sophia.
ball up her fist like this, real tight, it's on. It's on. Get
Okay.
out of her way. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it
And then she was
escalated.
mixed. Wasn't she mixed?
Yeah, I think she was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she
Mhm.
was. And I don't know exactly where she was from, but she was definitely mixed. Probably, I would probably give her probably like a Louisiana background because they had a lot of people of a
Oh
mixed
yeah, well,
race.
Louisiana, they
Yeah,
got some little
Yeah,
French,
Creole.
Creole, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
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 Because in the book she was ard by her uncle. In
I
the book,
forgot all
yeah.
about that. I'm
He
gonna go back read that book now.
I have it in Audible, and I'm about to go back and
yeah, her
listen
uncle
to
ard
it.
her.
Yeah.
But this is later on when they was trying to help Sophia out, but this later on.
Yeah, that book is so
Mhm.
detailed.
Yes.
My grandma and my great aunts would call someone a heifer with the
Oh
with
yeah,
Mhm.
back.
the
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
everybody
use
used
that
to
word
say
every day, just about.
that.
That's a daily word for me. It is.
Yeah, I
I know.
remember her for
I knew
Commando.
a
She
heifer
played in a
on
couple of
somebody's
things. She
reefer.
played
Yeah,
in
that's Cheech
Beat
and Chong.
Street
That's
too, right?
That's
Yeah.
Ray Don
that's the
Chong.
guy
That's
from
Chung,
Cheech and
Ray
yeah.
Don
Chong's
Chong.
Tommy
daughter.
Chong's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray Don Chong.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah.
in Beach Street.
Mm-hmm.
You still see it from time to time, like watch a Law and Order episode or something. You might
Yeah,
see it
she'll be.
pop up
Yeah,
Yeah.
every
yeah,
now and
you
then.
Yeah.
see
She's
people
still
pop
active,
up.
She's still busy. Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah. I'm just going through the pictures. It's sitting behind y'all if you can't see them. I'm just trying to I had so many pictures of the thing. I was just screenshotting everything. It was crazy.
it's
I
so
But
was
the
bad.
fact that
okay.
somebody
Here we
slid
go,
down in
y'all.
that hole though, that was too funny. When they
Okay,
went
y'all.
down in
Let
that
me
hole.
Oh, when she went sliding down the hole into the water, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, y'all. We got to get to the meat and potatoes because we got to get to the elephant in the room because we all saw
Mhm.
the book. We all read the book and we all saw this scene and we were all left to make our assumptions about what the heck was going on. But all I know is that Miss Seeley got her little taste of some. She said, I like honey.
Mm-hmm.
What she say? She like, honey, I like the
She's
beast.
like
Some I
honey.
don't know.
Uh-huh.
One of
You
Mm-hmm.
those.
like bees, I like honey.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness, y'all. Let's talk about this scene for a moment because we really, in all seriousness, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back in my mode. In all seriousness, so in all seriousness, though, she realizes that she talks to her and she's like, do you like?" She asked her about if she cared about her sleeping with Albert, and Celie, she's like, I don't care about
I
you
ain't
sleeping with
got to
that
do it.
ninja. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in with him. You be with him. I
Nah.
think she really enjoyed Suge being there because it also took a lot of heat off of her. What
Exactly, it did. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Tamika, talk a little bit about this scene about Suge and Celie. The first time we see a change in their relationship, or what we see it.
Yeah, I think she realized that she doesn't enjoy having, sex with Albert. She's like, I do, you don't like it. And, she's like, you make it seem like he going to the bathroom on you, child.
Yeah,
That's what
doing
it
his
And
is.
but
business.
that's how
Doing
it
his
felt to
business.
her. He get on me and he do his business, and I'm ready for him to be done. So she was like, well, if that's the case, you still technically, a virgin. And I guess she want to show her another side of love. Like you still haven't been loved, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have been helping my friend out like that, but I
Well,
get it.
remember the daddy said that she,
Yeah,
she had
yeah.
that nasty
Mm-hmm.
woman's disease and
Mm-hmm.
all sorts kind of stuff. So he insinuated
Mm-hmm.
that she might be bisexual or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
On
she's
our
free.
hands, she has
Yeah.
that nasty
She's free.
woman
She
disease.
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically Suge Avery and whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care.
Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She just wasn't
Exactly.
how you say she wasn't submissive like the rest of the women they encountered.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Chief Ron. Suge was definitely
Oh
a breath of fresh
yeah.
air for Celie. I think
Mhm.
I think this is probably one of the first times besides when we saw them in the kitchen with her sister. Besides when she was with her sister, this was one of the first times we saw her smile again. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she throws in that big smile, and we see like every all them teeth when she hit her with that first kiss, y'all. But then Celie
Yes.
went in and kissed her. And I was like, oh, they acted the hell out of that scene, y'all. Like that
Yeah.
shit was crazy. I was like, wait a minute, did that just wait, what? Like you're left to wonder. But if you read the book, Candy, our book expert right now, tell the people for those who didn't see the book, didn't read the book, what actually goes down in there, keep it PG.
Listen, uh, they really go into some edibles, and they I can't keep it PG. I'm gonna have to say what it is. I mean,
Just like
they explored each other's body
that.
and did what they had to do, and because I got to keep it PG. But
But they did their
well,
thing. Moochie.
I
Moochie,
just
hold
I
on.
just hate they didn't do it in the movie, didn't hint on it enough because it's like they took away from their sexual liberation. Like they didn't let
Yes.
them be free, and like women want to feel good too. Just because a man feel good,
Mm-hmm.
men can feel good anytime, but the woman
Well,
want to feel good too. And
I can't.
sure,
I might agree with you, but this was 1985. They wasn't
They
letting.
were look
They wasn't
Uh,
letting them put that on no movie screen. Now you see it every
everywhere,
commercial,
every
every
channel you
two
look
seconds,
on.
just in your face, whether you want to see it or not. Don't want to see it. But back then, it wasn't happening. That
listen,
was
yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah,
unacceptable.
unacceptable back
they
then.
pushed
yeah.
the envelope with the kids.
Oh,
With the
They
and
ain't
they
kids,
gonna
got
lie. I was
yeah,
backlash
like,
yeah,
about this. They
yeah.
did get backlash about this. People was I remember back in the 80s, and people didn't
Yeah,
They
like
but
got
this
this.
was in
backlash
the
about
eight.
the whole book though. The whole thing was in the movie.
it was
Everything
a
they
lot.
didn't like nothing about it.
Well, what I
Mhm.
But
remember from the book, y'all, if I'm not mistaken, was that they had a full-on relationship
hmm
in the book. Like it and it goes into details about their relationship. And Suge actually does Celie wrong in the book. Remember, she leaves her and
yeah,
runs off to sing or something like that. I mean, it
and
got
she has a
deep.
boyfriend too.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
she
Yeah,
crazy.
came back with the boyfriend, but when she
yeah,
left,
Mm.
it was like she wanted to go with her, but she couldn't.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was interesting. Like if you have not read this book, do yourself a favor and go read the book. I guarantee you
Oh no,
it
we
will.
starting a book club. We going back and everybody gonna read it now. Yeah.
Yes, listen, I love talking about books. Like Candy,
That would be
I
dope.
I love to talk about
Yes,
some
yes.
doggone books. I've been trying to inch my way into it because I love reading books. But yes,
Yeah.
y'all go read the book and
hmm
really hone in on their relationship because it shows a different side of
Mm-hmm.
they really had a real
They had a
relationship.
real relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is after she has left Mr. because she's not with Mr. anymore in the book when
hmm
they have this real relationship. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so the movie actually, the timeline wasn't right then
yeah, it's
because in
so
here.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the men were gone when they slept together in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
They
yeah,
would they
yeah.
would be leaving.
The
He would
timeline
leave.
is
He'd
off
be
then.
working
Yeah.
in the fields and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and they would have that
hmm
little girl time.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
I
in the
like that little
next
You
girl
said,
television.
time.
look,
Mhm.
Not
that
television.
girl time.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
trying to be PG.
I know you
Yeah.
are.
Hey.
I got
Hey.
I
it.
Hey.
learned girl time.
Hey. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's a new
So
girl time. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I like that girl time. So that was a really interesting scene. And then we learned about Shook Avery and her father. Of course, we learned that they
Mhm.
have a not so great relationship at this point. We learned that the daddy, and then we have to think about the time that they're in. The time that they're
hmm
in. She is a worldly. What they say, she a worldly
Yes,
woman.
worldly
Worldly
woman.
woman.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
So it is what it is
And
at
that's
this
probably
point.
why the father had issues with her too, and then
hmm
singing secular music and all
Right. Mhm.
Because that was a big deal
Absolutely.
back then with the church.
Absolutely.
real big deal, yeah.
Yeah, you see that
Mhm.
in a lot of movies
Mhm.
about the secular
Mhm.
music and stuff like that. I can't think of Mahalia. If you saw the Mahalia Jackson
Yes.
tour,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
that
that,
was a
yeah.
the
Little
big thing.
Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
such a big thing. So we're gonna move forward to where Celie wants to go. Suge is like, look, I gotta go. I gotta go do something different now. I'm out. I can't stay here any longer. And Celie wants to go with her, but she just can't when it's all
Right.
done. Um, do y'all think that Albert ever had a clue about?
Mm,
Because at this
Them
point, they're both
two.
in love with. They're both in love with
I
Suge.
don't think he really ever paid her no daggone attention.
No, I agree with
He didn't pay
Nick.
Silly
No,
no
he ain't
attention
concerned.
like that
Yeah.
to know
He was only
like
caring about him being with Suge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right, right. He didn't pay
but
that
I
any
don't even think he
attention.
noticed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she fell out on that ground, I about fell out.
Me
I
Yes.
said,
too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked pissed. He said,
Yes.
I'm
I
stuck
gotta
in love
take
with
her
this.
home and she done
I'm
passed
stuck in
out.
love with this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to be bothered with her.
Oh, that is too funny. Yes.
okay, that was crazy. Okay, yeah, so we got to move
Aw.
forward into Sophia. So Sophia, she's found this great guy, this man that she like, they seem to be compatible. And Miss Millie. Now, Miss Millie says that,
I can't stand this far.
Me
Neither
too.
could I.
I wanted to
I
jump
was
through my
mad at this
TV
part.
when I rewatched it and just strangle her myself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
exactly, exactly. So, who wants to talk about this scene? Whoever want to talk about it, go for it. I hated this scene.
She was a Karen, that lady. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Because she didn't, well, she saw how clean her kids were, and she saw that they had a vehicle. Because I think what
Mm-hmm.
was Buster driving the car?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They
I
Mm-hmm.
think
was
she was like
filling up the
maybe
car.
jealous.
They was at at the gas
Mm-hmm.
station, I think.
It was
She
some
And then the
gas.
yeah, she
fact that
saw
she
them.
kept saying, I just love the coloreds and
Mm-hmm.
I look
Mm-hmm.
out for the coloreds and I wanted to say, lady, if you
Yeah.
want to shut the hell up, I just
Do you want to come clean for me? Want to be my maid?
Mm-hmm.
like
I
I would have
said,
said,
Hell
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 no.
she said,
no.
hell no. I don't want to be
Say that
me.
again.
She
I
Mm-hmm.
said,
hell
hell
no.
no.
Mm-mm.
And everybody saw it coming.
Yeah.
Swain was
Didn't she
over there
Mm-hmm.
smack
like,
her
oh,
first?
No,
Her
no.
husband hit her once
The
the
she
the
mayor,
said
mayor
that.
came in
the
here.
And she
mayor,
hit
the
the
mayor
Oh
mayor.
yeah.
Hit
And
him with the butt of his gun
I
and
forget what
knocked her
Lawrence
out.
Fishburne
No,
character
didn't
name
he hit her?
was.
Didn't somebody hit her first for her to hit somebody back?
yeah,
The
He
mayor.
didn't hit her with
That's
the
who
gun.
Maybe they
Yeah, he
yeah.
started
hit her with
pulling
the
on
gun
her or
mayor
something.
afterwards.
slapped her.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that was the sheriff that did that.
And they start
Yeah.
surrounding her. But he saw it coming. He was like, no, Sophia.
Yeah, but the car
Oh
went
yeah, they
by.
said no, Miss Sophia. They knew it was
Mm-hmm.
coming. They knew it
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah.
happening.
Oh no, Miss Sophia, no. Get my children. Get my children out of
Get
Mm-hmm.
my
here.
children out
Get
of
my
here.
children out of here. Because she
Mm-hmm.
knew it was about to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
She knew it was
Yeah.
that's a
about to go
fact.
down.
Said that yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
was one of the saddest, like this was so sad because we saw this incredibly strong-willed woman and we saw them try to break her down because that's what,
Mm-hmm.
they do. They try to break you down and that's literally what they tried to do with her as we progress on and we see her when she's
Mm-hmm.
she goes to jail and then they eventually make her do the very thing that she
She
didn't want
right.
to do.
She still ended up there. She lost 8 years with her kids. And then
Yeah.
8
still ended
years.
up there.
Yep.
And then there's going to be a part where Celie actually sees her in the store and
Mm-hmm.
she helps
Mm-hmm.
her. And that was a moment where we see
On top of
her
that.
just sad. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just very
Mm-hmm.
sad and she's broken.
Yes.
And it was just a horrible this
Yeah.
part right here was that part where you just like, dang, can we just get
Mm-hmm.
through this? Because this was so hard to watch. And then she
Yeah.
tells her, okay, we're gonna go let you see your kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she told she
And
was gonna take her home. She could spend the day there. She's like, "You heard me? I said you could go home," because she was
And you can
so
stay there all
all day.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
was
just
so
I'm gonna pick
mad
you
at
up at
this
5 o'clock.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I like the part when after she says that because, like you said, Sophia was so down and broken, and she turned around and just said, like, mouthed the words "thank you" to Celie, and Celie went like that, like letting her know, keep your head up. So it was like now Celie's the strong one, and she's being there for her, while she's being down. It's like
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So, what did y'all think about when she gets to go see her kids and Miss Millie and her shenanigans is what I'm gonna call it, her antics.
Miss Millie need to be beat.
I was
Yeah.
mad at
Because
her.
Yeah,
she knew
Miss
she couldn't
Millie was
drive and you manipulate
Mm-hmm.
that lady, having her see her family, thinking she could see them, spend time with them. but you know you can't drive.
Right.
So why even go? Why even do that? But
Come on.
you
Mhm.
use your power. That was, your power. I think Sophia said, I'll let my sister take you home. I
But
don't
she
know
said
her.
first. She said
And
Buster can take. She said I don't know
yeah,
him, and they said,
yeah,
well, my sister can squeeze in there. I don't
yeah.
know her
I
either.
don't know her either. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I didn't like. She used
I
her
agree with
power.
Kendall.
Yeah,
I
she
wanted
used
to
her
hurt Miss
Exactly.
power.
Millie real bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
was crazy. And somebody else said so many full circle moments, and you're right, because we do get so many full circle moments in this. And this was an example of that when we saw Celie at the store helping her, and the seeing the strength kind of in reverse from when we saw Sophia when she first meets, when her and Celie first had their encounter. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And wait a minute,
definitely.
I want to say one thing about Miss Millie. Miss
Go ahead.
Millie did that screaming and at these men like they gonna rape her, attack her, and that's the
Yeah.
same thing a lot of these Karens do right now.
Yep.
Thinking of
Exactly.
some black man doing something to them,
Mm-hmm.
and they mind their business, So
Mm-hmm.
we ain't got a
Maybe
whole lot
trying to
of
help
progress
them.
in that area right there. So
Yeah,
that's
we just
Mm-hmm.
saw an example of that. I think on social media with the bike thing. Y'all saw the whole
Oh
yes,
bike
yeah.
thing
Did
Yeah.
where,
anybody?
yes, screaming
Yeah.
and hollering and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
and
she
she was
was
in the
lying.
wrong.
and
Yeah.
I'm
Just
like,
acting a donkey.
It happened all the time. It happens
Yes.
all the
It.
time.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Sadly.
And luckily, in this day and age, we have cell phones and stuff that can try to help tell the story. But
Mm-hmm.
then they don't have the stories. I'm pretty sure it's plenty of people that are imprisoned and all types of stuff that didn't do anything.
Oh
That
yeah.
are innocent.
Oh,
So
it
Mm-hmm.
did. Yeah.
all because of these stories. We've heard different stories, of players and stuff like that. That back in the day, basketball players. I can't think of the most notable
Yeah.
story. I can't think of what it was right now.
Football
But
players, different ones has happened too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
happens all the
That
absolutely.
line.
time.
Yeah, that's been going
Or they
on from the
dating,
beginning
or
of
they
time.
dating
And then like Lucy
the
and
white girl
Tamika,
dating a
y'all
black
from New
boy
York.
and get
Yeah,
caught and
Tamika, y'all from New
flipping the
York. What
script.
about that white woman that was in Central Park screaming?
Oh, at the bird watcher?
The bird
Hmm.
watch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got
Yeah.
his own show,
Yeah,
y'all know.
now he got his own show,
He got his
yeah.
own show on National
Hmm.
Geographic, I
Oh,
think.
Hmm.
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
But
Watching
what
bird
about the
with the
Central Park
birds.
See,
Five?
but that's a modern
Hmm.
day Miss Millie. She did
Yeah.
exactly what
Yeah.
Miss Millie did.
Yeah.
And the
Mm-hmm.
Central
Yeah, it's
Park
been
Five, those
countless
five guys that went
situations
to
like that.
prison. But yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
It happens. Yeah.
it happens
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about this right here. So there's a moment where okay, so y'all remember Suge left, right? So
Hmm.
now Suge done came back, but Suge got somebody else with her. She got her man with her.
I have
And
married
Mm-hmm.
now.
do you see the faces of both
Mm-hmm.
Celie and it's funny and sad at the same time, because don't they look hurt? They both look like, damn.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
They were
What,
so
Yes.
what is your
disappointed.
life?
Yeah, we both got
Hmm.
cold.
Okay, and then she kind of
Uh-huh.
hit him, and and then he sniffled, and I thought
Mhm.
that was interesting because we're really seeing the fact that she really has learned this man, and they really, like, even though they have this tumultuous relationship, and it's crazy and it's ridiculous all at the same time, but look how much she knows him enough to nudge him so he can
Hmm.
sniffle
Mm-hmm.
too, so that they can both, you know,
Hmm.
it was
Yeah,
crazy
now
to
they
me.
just kind of got to understand it. It's almost like it's a partnership at this point. So they trying to both play it off. They both, like you said, got their separate feelings and separate relationships with her. And it's like, damn, she done came with somebody else now.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't looking at each other.
I
They
think we
probably
both
both
got colds.
They both were
Hmm.
upset. They both were disappointed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that's because
But
they
We
both
both
probably
got
thought they
colds.
was finna get some Suge, and somebody
Hmm.
else was
Mm-hmm.
getting that Suge.
Exactly.
Candy,
Hmm.
what about when they were running around the bedroom, getting on their slippers in their bathroom? They
Yes.
on
Hmm.
they look
Bumping into
Hmm.
each
so
other. They
They
was
crazy.
both
riding
woke
on
up
like
with
on see.
smiles on their
See
faces
Suge.
once they heard she was coming there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Now I found this interesting. At first, Mister was a little shook, but then he say, "I like Grady." Like, he like, "Look
Yeah.
at this, you a good dude," and him and
Hmm.
Grady are really really getting along.
Mm-hmm.
But what
Yeah,
happened?
they
Go
had
ahead.
me laughing with that part when he said, "I had her my way, you had her your way. Now we gonna talk about which ways we had her." And she sipping her tea, laughing, listening to them.
Yeah, that didn't
I
bother
thought
her
that
at
was
all.
crazy. It
No.
didn't. It didn't even phase her. She just like
Uh-uh.
whatever. Y'all crazy. Y'all drunk and y'all crazy. But what would happen next was even more interesting because it goes to show once again that Suge just don't care. She was like,
Yeah,
"Shoot,
she
I
don't.
got some mail, and I'm about to
Yep.
go get this mail." So she goes to
Mm-hmm.
get the mail, and that's when we find out about the letters and that these letters
Right.
coming for forever. How did you feel
Mhm.
about that, Moochie, when you saw all of these letters? What was your feeling for Celie? Like, what
Look
was
at
your
how
thought?
he had them hidden with like a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knew what he was doing. He knew that controlled and gave him more power over her.
Mhm.
And all the money that he had too.
Yep.
He had money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yes,
But
he
while
did.
they was busy getting drunk, that gave them the opportunity to go ahead and look through everything. So it worked out good for them. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
you
because
know,
they
it's
was able to
sad.
find it.
Yeah.
Went out to the mailbox, and the
Mm-hmm.
mailbox wasn't booby trapped.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
No,
She
it
just had
wasn't.
her so
I
strict
never
not to
thought it
go
was
in
booby
there.
trapped anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Threatened
I
her.
never thought it was either because,
Yeah.
like Candy mentioned earlier, it wouldn't make sense for it to be booby trapped. Otherwise, the mailman would break the booby every time he
Mm-hmm.
went to go put mail in it.
Exactly.
But
Mhm.
He just said that to threaten her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and she believed him more so because it was a fear. Because
Yes.
in theory, as we're looking at it, we're like, that don't make sense. But to her,
Right.
it did because she don't know
Mm-hmm.
what Mister can do. Mister probably can do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Move,
know.
girl.
What?
So
Move.
it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So we get the letters and we find out that Nettie is in Africa, but even more interestingly, we find out that Nettie has reconnected with her children. Like, how
Yes. Like,
crazy is that?
mm-hmm.
That was amazing to me. Tell me what you
Yes.
thought about. Like, how did you feel finding that out?
It was good. I remember the first time I saw that, you felt like it could be a possibility that some kind of way it was going to circle back, and then to know, like, of all things, he separated them and made her go away, and she ends up there in Africa, and she ends up with her niece and nephew. So it was like at least she could look out for them and be there with them, even though Silly can't. And all this time, she's trying to send her letters and let her know everything that's going on and keep her updated with stuff. And it's all of these years again. Somebody else that misses a bunch of the years because Mister want to be an a-hole. And so, just how finally having that peace and knowing that part, it was like, I feel like God was looking out for her. The ancestors was looking out for her. They was like, nah, we still got your kids. They okay, even though they not with you. So it's like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did say that, Chief Ron, when Suge saw them those pictures. And she was
Oh
like,
yeah.
They don't look like
Look
me.
down, look down like me. Uh-huh.
but yeah, that was a
Yes.
really great moment. And it just goes to show that even though it was horrible what happened, sometimes things happen and we
Mm-hmm.
may not know the reasoning why
Mm-hmm.
they're happening, but there may be a reason behind all the madness. And in this particular case, someone was there, her family, her actual blood family, to look after these kids, because then later we're going to find out, well, we'll find that out much later, but there's going to be a point when they're going to lose their mom.
Mhm.
But they still have their aunt there. And I just think that whole full circle thing is just another
Mm-hmm.
example of how that all came to be. So
Yes.
we're gonna notice that these letters, like someone mentioned in the chat, these letters are giving her strength. Like
Yes,
she
absolutely.
she is getting strength, like big time, like to the point where you can see that she's getting fed up, you know.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I thought Mister was about to die. I really did.
Yeah, she
I
was
thought
getting
he was.
strength. She was getting strength. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then when she
Yeah.
grabbed that flower and she
Mhm.
licked that
Yeah.
flower,
Mm-hmm.
it was just,
Mix
oh,
and
that was
shake
so
Oh,
heartfelt.
yay.
That
She's
was
about
so
to
You
cut
heard,
his
you
behind.
heard,
Oh,
you heard Mary play
Sing it,
Yeah,
Tamika.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody gonna hit
Ah!
Oh my
Don't get me
goodness.
started because me and my sister will make that noise.
yeah. My sister too.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
we do it at
y'all.
the football games, basketball games.
Oh
We
my
holler.
goodness.
We call it the jungle call.
Oh my goodness.
All
Like
right.
the other guy. Okay, y'all. So we talked a little bit about this earlier about how Celie really was about to take Mister out. Like she was like, "Forget this. We are going to. I'm done. I'm tired." And it was going on at the same time. And even though this movie, what year was it? 1985, 80
Mhm.
85,
something.
yeah.
The
Hmm.
way that they transitioned this, the way that they used the camera angle, like the way that they did everything with the camera, where this is happening at the same time that they're
Mm-hmm.
going through the ritual and all of this is happening simultaneously. I
Yeah.
thought this was such a dope scene. Like this was a
Mm-hmm.
really good
Mm-hmm.
scene in my opinion. But
It
we
Yeah.
all
kept you
know she didn't cut him.
captivated.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it did. It
Right.
did.
We
She
we
didn't
was
cut
we
him.
was we was wishing that she would have did. Look at her face.
Mm-hmm.
She
She
did
Yeah.
was
it.
sharpening up that bad boy too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What
But think about it. She never. I don't think she ever looked that mean, that mad at him. She's never been that
Mm-hmm.
mad before. But just the
Mm-hmm.
fact that she read years and years and years of letters. You kept me from my sister.
Over 20
You kept me
something
from my
years.
kids.
Yeah.
And just because she
Mm-hmm.
read some letters,
Yep.
she wanted to. You could see in her body structure that
Mm-hmm.
she was upset,
She
and
was
she had
done. Yeah,
finally
she
found the
Absolutely.
strength.
yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to do him in. Yes,
Hmm.
exactly? Put your
yes.
head back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall, yes, Kendall. Put your
And her
head back.
voice got real deep. Like she was
Yes.
ready for
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She
anything.
was
Yes.
Whatever was
ready.
gonna happen.
But
She
it's
was
amazing
Yeah.
how just reading those letters like
Yeah.
gave her that strength for real.
Mm-hmm.
ready. Hmm.
Yes,
Exactly.
ma'am.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Steven
Exactly.
Spielberg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I put the credits up there somewhere at
And
the
the
beginning.
fact that none of them won awards for this movie is always
That's
blows my
That's
ridiculous.
mind.
crazy to me.
Hmm.
Whoopi
It really
Goldberg
Yeah.
is.
All of
should
these
have won.
good black movies and they never won awards.
Mm-mm.
I just don't understand that.
I know,
Like,
Yeah.
like what's love got to do with it? Didn't win nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All I mean,
Mm-mm.
it's just yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X
that was
didn't
such
win
an amazing
nothing.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah. This is it's
whatever.
kind of you know that the game is rigged when it comes to certain
Yeah.
things, but we know
Yes,
that this is a classic and we know how good this
Absolutely.
movie
it's
is
a
when you
classic
can watch
in our community. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when you can watch a movie like this and listen, we set the standard for a lot of things. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really what matters
Absolutely.
at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
when you can watch a movie like this over and over again and people can have the same reaction, we're sitting here, we have
Mm-hmm.
36 people in here, and that may not seem like a lot to some people, but it's 36 people in here that are engaged in this movie. You know what I'm saying? And this is an older movie. We're talking about 1985,
Mm-hmm.
but you have different generations who
Right.
know about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is in different age ranges, but yet they can quote this movie. They can tell you about this
Mm-hmm.
movie. So, in my opinion, they just dropped the ball, but that's what they do. But at the end of the day, I think that it was an amazing piece of work, and I think we all can
Mm-hmm.
agree on that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we finally made it to the dinner scene, y'all, because Celie say, "Forget
Top
it."
favorite scene.
She about to leave, and we get to the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia has, she back home, got the little light skinned little girl over there. I'm thinking that must be Squeak kid, because remember Squeak was pregnant at some point, child.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
mhm.
Yeah.
But Sophia home, and
And that's
and then
Whoopi's daughter in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Whose daughter in real
okay,
life?
okay,
Whoopi Goldberg
Okay.
I
daughter.
didn't know
Mm-hmm.
that. Fun
Yeah.
fact. Look at her. Look at her learning some facts.
Mhm.
So, what did y'all think about the? We talked about the dinner scene quite a bit, but I'm gonna let everybody go through and just tell like what your feelings are about the dinner scene because it's such a prominent scene. And I think it resonates with a lot of people. Like this was the part where we were finally able to really cheer for Celie because she finally took control. Tamika, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so much happened in this dinner scene. I know we touched on a couple of the parts of it earlier, but just the part of Silly asking him, did any more letters come in? He like, could be not, and they going back and forth. She's saying she gonna leave. Then, like I said earlier, with Mary Agnes saying that's not her name and she wanna go with Suge, I was like, who really care about you? So when the father's like, who give a damn? I'm like, yeah, why we care that you going? Like, but it was funny because everybody was having their parts. And then of course, Sophia tells the father, like, shut up, you old fool. Sophia's
I
home
know.
now. Things gonna change
Exactly.
around here. you
Exactly.
know? And even it's like so many parts when she's like sat in that jail cell about to rock and Miss Silly, she helped me. So it was a lot happening, but yeah, I was so glad that Celie stood up for herself and she's like, "Nah, I'm up out of here. That's it. Like, you took enough from me. You ain't taking no more. We done." And he was still trying to tear her down and still trying to put fear, but that wasn't working no more. Like, time's up, mister.
Okay, yeah, Nita, that was one of my favorite parts right there. Did I ever ask you for anything? Did I
Mm-hmm.
ever ask you for anything? Not even a
Right.
sorry ass hand in there, boy. That shit
Exactly.
off the
Nothing
chain.
dealt with you,
She
your
said
rotten ass
everything. She
kids.
said you were rotten as
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she said y'all were rotten. Yes.
exactly. Moochie,
Yeah.
what are your overall feelings about this iconic dinner scene?
This was the best. Like, even if you, let's say, if you scroll, if you like channel surfing and that comes on, you're gonna stay and watch the dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I agree wholeheartedly. Inga?
I agree with what everybody's saying. I mean, this the everything in this scene. In movies we love us dinner scenes anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody can get together and have something to say, and here it was much needed. She was
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
tired of this man at this point.
mhm.
She was about to ready to stab him and kill him right there.
Mm-hmm.
In front
Exactly.
of everybody. But like what Sophia said, it's not worth it. You see what I went
Yeah.
through? Not worth
Mm-hmm.
it, you know.
Don't trade places with, yeah.
Don't yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Candy, I'm gonna unhide you. My bad. I had the chat thing on you. Okay, what do you
Okay.
think, Candy? What are your thoughts?
This was a very turning point in the movie where remember Sophia was always boisterous and she always spoke her mind and said what she wanted to say. Nobody was going to tell her no or otherwise. Or but now that she's went to jail and it did something to her, and then she had to work for Miss Millie, and she doesn't know her family, and she's
Hmm.
just sitting there sad, and it just that I love the scene. I can repeat it word for word, but just looking at that picture, I never paused and looked at it, but I really want to cry right now because
Yeah,
it's sad of how she
Mm-hmm.
looks
very
and she's
sad.
not looking at anybody. She's looking
Yeah.
down, and
Hmm.
it's just a very heartfelt
But she
moment.
came to life though. You see, she
Mm-hmm.
started putting
Yeah, she
food on the
did.
plate. She
Yeah,
said, "I'm
Mm-hmm.
home. Nothing,
Yes,
passing
gonna
them
absolutely.
peas,
change
boy.
around here." She came
Mm-hmm.
to life. Yeah.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
was
she
laughing at
did.
Nita, y'all. Look what she talking about. He would have been
Yeah, child, she got poison him a bunch of
Yes.
times
Oh
already,
heck
Nita.
yeah!
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she should have put
For
some rap
real.
poison or something in the food a long time ago. Yeah.
That's a
okay.
fact.
I think in this scene right here for me, I thought the dinner scene was probably one of the most iconic scenes of this movie. There's so many, but I feel like the dinner scene, there's so many different things that we can pick up from this scene.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite moments that I talked about earlier was when she's leaving. Well, first of all, I was a little mad at Squeak done squeezed her butt in there, and now
Right.
she got to get in the trunk. And I'm just like,
She said,
okay,
"I'm
well,
Well,
going to."
she been with
I'm going
Harpo, so she became Harpo's woman. So
yeah, I'm just talking
right.
about
Mm-hmm.
she done squeezed Miss Seeley out. Like Miss Seeley was supposed to be in the middle, and now she got to get in the trunk because
In
you
the
want to
Mm-hmm.
trunk.
go. But no,
Yeah.
seriously though, I really like that part, and I loved at that thing when he goes to curse her, when he tries to tell her that Suge got spunk, she can sing, da, 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 and all these things.
Right. What you gonna do? Sweep the caboose?
Yeah, he's steady degrading her over
That's
and
great.
over again. But as she's leaving, she tells him, like, everything that you done to me already
Already
been
done
done
to
to you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And until you do right by me, everything you touch is gonna fail.
Gonna
And
fail.
when she
Yep.
said those words, that was true. And we saw
Yep.
that.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
saw everything
Mm-hmm.
decline for that
Mm-hmm.
Right.
character. Like
That was her power.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
everything.
Yeah, his house was
Yep.
falling apart.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The chickens was running all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He landed
Yep.
drunk. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everything
And
bad
it.
happened to him.
He going into
His
the
whole
juke
family, his
joint to
whole family
cry.
left him, really. I
Mm-hmm.
think his whole
Yep.
family left him.
Exactly.
Nobody was fooling with him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Acting like a
I
wedding at
may
your own
be
dinner
black,
table.
I may be ugly, but I'm here, dear God, I'm here, and your ass is
yeah,
That's right. That's
I
right.
like that she
Exactly.
said that. That was
Mhm.
the best part of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
It gave me
I'm here.
chills.
And that's and if anybody is wondering, I'm pretty sure we all figured that out. But if you listen to the new music from
The
the
soundtrack.
the
Mhm.
soundtrack, whatever. Fantasia has a song called "I'm Here," and it's one of the most
Yes.
beautiful
Mhm.
songs.
Yes.
I
Yes.
absolutely love that song. If
Yes.
you have not seen that song, then you definitely have got to go and listen to that song. It just
Mhm.
tells
Mhm.
the story so well, and
Mhm.
you really hear. And Fantasia is good at
Mhm.
empowering, like taking
Oh
songs
yeah.
and making you really
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
song is definitely it, y'all. So, all
Mhm.
right, y'all. So let's move on. And thank y'all for being so patient while we get through the movie, y'all, because y'all know this is a long movie and it's a lot to go over. So I really appreciate y'all. I know I'm pulling a Mo live tonight, y'all.
About to do 2 hours in this thing.
Okay, y'all know
Oh,
that
but it's worth it. It's
yeah,
Yes,
worth
definitely.
this is a movie you can't go slow on this one. You
it.
have to
Yeah.
take
Nah,
your
you
time.
can't leave out certain parts.
Mm-mm.
Certain
Yeah,
parts
Everything
have
is
to be talked about.
oh yeah.
exactly. I think we literally talked about every part on that dinner scene, y'all. I'm
I
saying
thought
Mhm.
I
everybody
thought the
knows that.
husband was funny too.
Yes, he was. He
Jill's husband. I
definitely
Yes.
thought he was.
was.
Mhm.
Hmm.
He
He's like,
said,
I ain't know it was gonna go
it
down
was
like
a
this.
pleasure." Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Hmm.
He still had his man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He say, look, he
Hmm.
say he gonna
He
keep
like,
it.
we getting up out of here.
Yes.
I
Man,
may
that
be
was the
black.
infamous thing
I
right there.
may
Like
be ugly.
I thought
I
that
Hmm.
may be
I don't
tall.
know if it is or not, but I thought that was a hex, and I thought if you did that to anybody, you was gonna hex them. Like
Hmm.
I believe that.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I felt like I was like, man, if you do that to somebody, don't do that to me. Don't. I feel like that. So let's see
Hmm.
where we get to next. Okay, y'all. So now we are somewhere. Hold on. I think we talked about okay, so that was when she was seeing her sister on the train. We can kind of gloss over that, but
Yeah, she was leaving to go to Memphis with them.
Mhm.
yeah.
And she
Mhm.
thought she saw her sister,
Hmm.
Yeah, and she
Yeah,
saw her.
it was
Yeah, she
the
kind of saw her
little
the
sister.
girl.
little girl. Uh-huh.
So then we talked about this. We touched on this a little bit about how everything's falling apart for Mister at this point.
Hmm.
Mister is he back to where he was. I mean, I'm pretty sure the walls is dirty again.
Yeah,
Look at the
Hmm.
fire
everybody
place.
left
Oh, they
him.
gonna get
Yeah.
there.
You don't see the grandchildren, nobody around him. Everybody
Right.
Mm-mm.
on him.
And
Yeah.
I think he mentions that the house was empty. And if I am not mistaken, I'm almost positive that in this little bit of time, it is maybe a year or less. It's I think it's a year is what it is. So in
Yeah.
1 year, this has all transpired. Like this where he at. And
Mhm.
I'm like, dang, it ain't even been, a year's a
But he
long
was used
time,
to
but
her doing everything. So,
Mhm.
you know, he
He
don't,
didn't realize how important she was until she
exactly.
left,
Yeah.
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 And
And
all
then
and
he
what
we
she
did was
really
spend time
was worth.
at the juke joint. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And that's where we are at. We're at the juke joint. But what we see at the juke joint is something that I think we all were happy to see. We see another full circle right here. And that's with Harpo and Sophia. And I think at this point, Harpo probably realizing now that he had a good woman and that he
Yeah.
can't do what his daddy say.
He
Yeah,
let his daddy
absolutely.
mess him
you
up.
see, he made
Yeah.
things right with Sophia.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm
His
And
daddy's
Exactly.
then
advice
Mister
was
even
bad
says it's
advice.
good to see you two together.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "You think you need to go with him?" I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, "No, he okay." But that was
Hmm
like their
Mhm.
little moment.
Exactly.
hmm
Exactly. Sophia was well, 50 Dent, but what did I
Hmm.
say was
Oh, she revived her spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
okay. Because y'all know I took my glasses off. Because I
Yeah,
cannot.
like she was so depressed and she was in a dark place and
Hmm.
Philly did revive her
Absolutely.
spirit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
That
dinner
that was a
scene
good
did it.
person.
That
I
dinner
know.
scene brought her back
Hmm.
to life. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay, y'all. So we are at the funeral. So someone
Hmm.
has died, and we all know that it's the daddy.
Hmm.
And this is when we find out that her daddy, not my daddy.
Right. It was like probably such a relief to her. I mean, it still was horrible, but it's
Yeah.
like he ain't my daddy.
Not
Yeah.
Okay.
not my
And
Yeah.
I got
daddy.
She
and I
thought
got
her
left all this property.
Honey.
she thought her
Yes.
children were her sisters and brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And now
Yeah.
we find that out. So things are just starting to look more and more up for Celia. Like
Right.
things are getting better and better for her at this point because it had to be horrible thinking that that your children were your actual siblings. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Majority of her life, she thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
exactly.
he died on top of me.
Okay,
Ugh.
another
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
classic moment on top of me.
That's
She
Yes.
gonna cover the
yeah.
baby ears on
Right.
top of me.
So
Oh
y'all,
God.
so there's this part
Mm.
that I was like, so you gonna tell me that the daddy kept this land all this time, knowing goodness doggone well that it belonged to them. It
He
belonged
didn't
to
care.
Yeah.
daddy.
He
And
was
Mhm.
really,
selfish. Yeah.
I
Mm.
said,
But that was their birth father's land,
yeah,
Yeah, they
Mhm.
Yeah, he was
and he
trash,
tried
y'all.
to,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he
He
thought he was
sold
gonna
them
keep
off
it
that's
and
a
for
lot
himself.
of
everything.
land too. I mean,
Yes.
Hmm.
mhm.
Mhm.
What did she say? Cha 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 cha.
Mhm.
Yeah, but people don't realize how valuable land is.
Oh,
Yes.
God ain't
absolutely.
making no more land. So
Like
you
my
got
dad
to
say,
Yes.
that
you
yeah,
have
they
to
don't
hold
make
on
no more
to it.
land. When you get it, you
Mhm.
better
Right.
hold on to it.
That's right.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Exactly. And then we see that Celie does another thing. She does something
Mhm.
else that she enjoys. She starts making these pants, y'all. And
Mhm.
you see the a different pep in her step at this point.
Yes.
She
Hmm.
Yes.
just looks so
Hmm.
much more freer, in my opinion, y'all. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it
Mhm.
just feels different. All right, y'all. So we got the color purple. We got Suge out there. They out there
Mhm.
talking. They walking through the fields. And
Hmm.
then one of let me hold on before we go there. Because it's you know what? Yeah, this is where I'm going. I'm sorry. So
This
this
is
is probably one of my second, maybe one of my first. I don't know. I got so many favorites. But this is the part where Suge is coming. Suge is, doing her thing and she's singing her infamous sister song, which it still sounded good. It didn't have the same
Hmm.
effect as it did the first time, but it was still good.
but it
And
was
she
so
sings
vibrant. Look how it just looked.
Hmm.
Everybody looked
different.
happier than they
Mhm.
did
Mhm.
early on. You know, the colors, the
Exactly.
colors was
The
so
Mhm.
nice.
colors are very vibrant. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
And they
purple
got the color
flowers was
purple, the
beautiful.
flowers.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah.
Samara said this her favorite scene, girl. It's one of my
Mhm.
favorite scenes
Yeah,
too.
it's a good
So
scene.
So let's talk about it though, y'all. So we got Suge is about to get touched. She can hear who she probably recognizes that
Mm.
this is her daughter's voice. Like I'm sure she recognizes this.
Yeah.
And she's touched. And talk to me about
Mhm.
this scene, Tamika. What were your feelings? Because I was fuzzy inside when this was going on.
Yeah, this scene always gets me no matter how many times I see it. Like, because she trying to jam out here with them. And then, of course, I guess that's her mother that's like, same God's trying to tell you something. And they start, yeah. And she was still trying to go, sister.
Hmm.
And it's like, no, no. The spirit start taking over. She
They
like, all
kept
right.
hearing what was going on at the juke joint.
Right.
Yep.
They hearing them and then they hearing them at the church.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Mookie, what you
I
say?
forget what Lawrence Fishburne's character is, but he kind of looks like what you want to do when she
Yep,
touched that guitar.
Hmm.
She like, all right now.
exactly. And then she said,
I always
"Are
get chills
you
with
out
that part.
say yes?
Speak,
Yes,
Lord. Speak
speak,
to
Hmm.
me.
Lord,
Yes.
Speak to
speak to
me.
me."
That's right.
Oh, speaking that, but that was like I was like love that
Mhm.
doggone
It's a beautiful
Yes.
song. Beautiful.
You
Hmm.
oh
saved
my.
my soul. Yes.
And then and I used to always tell like I was like really trying to explain this to my daughter. I'm like, okay, now look at the daughter when she's do this part right here, and then look at
Mhm.
I
Hmm.
said, look at
Mm-hmm.
the villain in that. I said it's a meaning to all of this.
Hmm.
I was like really analyzing it, and I was like, but she just
Yeah,
loses.
because the way they be doing the back and forth, and she be looking like, wait a minute, who's
Hmm.
singing? I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
supposed
I
to
know
be
that ain't
saying
my
that
voice, right?
Yeah.
After a while,
Okay,
homegirl up in the choir, she couldn't hang with
Yeah, she
Suge.
couldn't.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
She can hang
She
with.
couldn't hang with her.
She
Yeah.
can
Mm-mm.
hang with a mama.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
She
So that
like
was
okay.
actually her daughter?
I
That's
I
what
believe
think
the
so.
so.
assumption is,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can't remember from the book, but I'm almost 100% positive that it is because I think that's the parallel that they're trying to make.
Right.
That she initially
Oh, okay.
hears the voice, and
Okay.
then you see the way they look, the way they're going from camera to camera.
Hmm.
Look at the way
Mm-hmm.
that they look. They got someone that even embodied her look, and
Hmm.
she knew what was going on. Like she was happy for her when her
Yeah.
father hugs her and says, "See, Daddy." sinners got soul too. And then
Mhm.
the song around it.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
book, her father wasn't a preacher though.
But in the
Girl, I
book,
can't remember.
Yeah, he wasn't a preacher in the book.
I can't remember.
I think they
And,
did
yeah,
that because of how she was a worldly woman.
Yes,
So
yes.
they
that
had to
makes
do
I
sense
don't
that.
though.
remember. I'm gonna read the book though. I'm
I know
definitely.
because I'm
It's
like, I
making
gotta
me
go
want to
back
go
and read
back and
the
read
book.
it too.
Yeah, no, y'all make me want to read it now. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Get the Audible version so you can just sit there
Yeah.
and listen to it because I can't be I can't read the books no like read no more. I gotta listen to them, but I got that one on Audible, so y'all gotta
Yeah.
grab that one. We should do that and then
And then
come
we could
back
do a
and
read
do a book
along. Yeah, we
and
could
do
talk
something
about
like
it.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell me how those read alongs go so we can figure out how we do that. Okay.
that church was rocking though. That
Yeah, they
everybody,
were.
the whole
They were
Takes me
definitely
joint
back
was
rocking.
with the,
why.
they was in there
Mhm.
Tell you
jamming.
wonder
You know what I'm saying?
why.
So
Y'all think Mr. was touched at this point too? Because
Yeah,
this
he
is
yes,
was
when
touched.
yes, he
He
was.
heard that music and he
Uh-huh.
went to that mailbox and saw the immigration thing. Listen, he needed to do something. He
But that,
definitely was touched by that.
that's what I said to me
and
earlier
say,
today. I said the one thing
Mm-hmm.
about Mister, he might have been a monster, but he did at this point. We started to see the change. He started repenting and
Mm-hmm.
trying to change. You know, I was
Yeah.
telling Tamika, I said, unlike
Yeah.
we did. When Tina Turner passed, we had did What's Love Got to Do with It. I said, unlike but Ike Turner, he never changed
Mm-mm.
Nah.
character.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
He never
He
changed and
changed.
he never really apologized
He
for
never
what he did.
Mm-hmm.
apologized. Yeah,
He
I
tried to
said,
justify it.
but Mister,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mister didn't apologize in words. He did it in action,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah, he
that's
did.
that's
yeah,
very
Yeah.
important. You know,
Yeah.
the
He went and got
action.
that money and got them over here because he knew
Mm-hmm.
he knew that's what he was supposed to do long time ago.
Exactly. A
Long
long
time.
So
time ago.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
just went in the chicken coop and got his money and
Mm-hmm.
went on down to the what was it? What did he go to?
immigration
He
office,
went
Mm-hmm.
to
the
Immigration
immigration
office.
Immigration.
immigration
Yeah.
office.
office.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he
He
was
tried to
left
write
all
his
alone. His whole family. Nobody was coming
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Yeah.
nobody
was
want
on
to do that.
Silly side. Nobody was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
coming around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause he
Shannon,
was
you can watch it
fine.
on Amazon Prime if you have Prime. It's free on Prime right now. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not free, but you know what I'm saying, free with
Oh,
Yeah.
Prime
I watched it
Yeah.
today
It's
on
on
and Max.
HBO
It's
Max
on
too.
HBO
HBO
too.
Max.
Yeah, I
It's
watched
on
it earlier
HBO.
I
I
watched
watched
it
on
it
today
early
on
on
Max while I was
HBO.
working. I
here.
was watching it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
and
got
you
the
can
book
get the
downstairs on
reading.
my bookshelf, so I haven't
Yes.
been
I don't
reading the
even know
way
what
I
happened to
used
my
to, y'all.
book. I
I used
read
to
it
go
back in the
crazy on
Mm-hmm.
books
day.
Yeah, me
before.
too. Like once this came
I
out
don't
with
know what
Facebook
happened.
and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stop reading as much.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used
I
to read.
found it on some like a library, like a library,
Mhm.
and it gives you like 14 days to read it, but I didn't finish reading it again. I do remember some of it because I was forced to as a child to
Yeah,
my
I read
sister
it.
made me watch it. I mean
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
it because I was so into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. In the book, though, if I'm channeling this back correctly, I'm trying to bring back some memories of it. I'm almost positive that Mr. and Celie actually have a very cordial relationship in the
Mm-hmm.
book, as it goes. Like they actually talk to each other and stuff
They're
like that.
friends.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're friends in the
Mm-hmm.
book.
Yeah.
And I think that is very important to mention is that even though they had this crazy relationship in the book,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
they come back and they find a friendship. So I think it's gonna be great, y'all. If y'all want to, like, I'm down. I already got the book in my
Yeah.
library.
I'm
We
going
should
to
really
agree.
revisit this.
Yes.
Revisit the book version of it at some point if y'all want to. I'm down for it. If
Yes.
that's what the people want to see,
No, I'm
we can
down
put a
for that
poll
too.
up.
We down.
I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
down.
interested. Yeah.
This is
Okay,
my
yeah. Let me
favorite
Let
do
y'all
movie
know
this.
in
when I got the
Stars.
book and start reading it. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Mm.
Listen, don't have me send you the Audible because you know I
Oh,
got all
that's
these
what somebody
credits.
just said in the
Yeah.
chat. They was like they have
Mm-hmm.
the Audible,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Dude
physical book,
226 said. Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kindle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if you got the
And it
Audible, you can just add the Kindle, or if you got the
Yeah.
Kindle, you can add the Audible for like a little bit of yeah, you got to. And hearing the Audible version of it is really dope too. Listening
Mm-hmm.
to because the narrator is a good narrator. Everybody don't have good narration,
mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
this was a good narrator. All right, y'all. So we get into the very end of it. So Mister does what he's supposed to do, y'all, because he
Mm-hmm.
knows that until he does right by her, nothing good is gonna happen to him. So
Right.
he has to do something right. So he goes down to the immigration office. He says, "Hey, look," like he tells them who they are, and he gets them back over here. And then we have the infamous scene, one of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
scenes ever,
Yeah.
is
This
the
makes
meat
me
bagging.
cry.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was balling.
Every time,
Mm-hmm.
every
I was balling.
single time,
That is
I
so
cry.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It is
That is
so
so
And
beautiful.
beautiful.
everybody
Color,
just
Yes.
standing looking, and then Shug
mhm,
looks and sees Mister looking from down
Hmm.
yonder.
So y'all can see Sierra looking like that. Look at her. Look at that girl hair. Look at her clothes. We can see Sierra.
I
Yeah,
can see them pulling it off
Yeah.
because she reminds me like she could look like a Tashi. You know what I'm saying? Like how
Yeah.
Tashi was
Yeah.
looking like. I could see that, and then I could,
Hmm.
if we're just going from Hallie,
Mm-hmm.
like to her, I could definitely see it. So
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm here
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it.
It's
You
gonna
know,
be fine. Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
it's
gonna be
gonna be
Yeah.
good.
great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you gonna miss. I don't think Oprah and them is gonna let them mess up a classic like
Oh
this.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
It
no,
is
no.
supposed to be an adaptation of it, and it's gonna be more musical style, which
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna
Hmm.
Yeah.
love.
yeah, it's gonna
Like a
be
yeah,
Broadway
more
play.
musical. Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yes, Kendall, definitely. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to anybody's channel that is up here. Definitely go ahead and do that, please. We are trying to do things like
Yes.
this a lot
Hit the
more.
likes, y'all.
So
Hit the likes too.
definitely. Definitely
Hmm.
make sure you have your notifications on and all that type of good stuff. Okay, y'all. So here we go. So Nettie is back. You know, Nettie
Mm-hmm.
has
Nettie.
see.
Yes.
I love
Oh, who
that
was the
part.
one? Who was the one who did the imitation voice of the son? Ah,
No, that was
Mama.
DJ.
me.
Mama. Somebody
Mama.
said it. Yeah.
I
Oh
told
my
you
god.
that's one of my favorite
Yes.
parts,
And then the
y'all.
daughter, and then the
Ooh, the
daughter-in-law. I
hopple.
Mhm.
was crying. I was like, oh
Yes.
my god.
You know, the daughter, I used to always when I was like because you know I like to imitate this one a lot, but
Mhm.
the son for me was the one when he I was trying to find, I thought I had his picture of when
She looks like Claire Huxtable right there.
Mm.
she did. I said that too when I
Hmm.
saw it. I said, "Oh, she looks just like Claire Huxtable." But yeah, when the sun comes up there, it's one of my favorite parts. That's
Hmm.
Olivia, of course, and
Mhm.
he's like, "Mama,"
Mhm.
and I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, okay." And I like the sun because for whatever
Yeah.
reason, I'm gonna do it for y'all one more time. I'm gonna do it for y'all one more time. When she said when he comes up to her and he says, "Mama, Mama Boone." Mama Boone Samoli, Mama, come upon me.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
yes,
my god,
EJ.
I will die.
Yes,
Okay, y'all. I'm
EJ.
sorry. I'm sorry. This stuff is so funny to me. Oh my goodness,
Mm-mm-mm.
it was
But it
funny.
was beautiful. I
It
mean,
was
Yes.
Yes.
beautiful. I loved
Mhm.
it. I loved it so much. But y'all have to know that I only laugh because my nephew, I'm not my nephew, my cousin, it was just something about him. And then I started calling him Mama Bune.
Mhm.
Every time I saw him, I was like, that's your new nickname. But I love this part, y'all. This was like one of the
Mhm.
best parts of the movie is seeing them come back together full circle, seeing her get her kids back. Whoever said that comment
Yes.
about full circle, you are absolutely right.
Mhm.
Because here we are one more time, all the way
Yeah.
full circle. And that is our recap
Yes.
review discussion of the color purple, y'all. So let's
Little
transition.
tip.
Let's transition and tell me what our final thoughts, what you think, and what you're most excited to see about this adaptation, and your overall thoughts revisiting this movie. I'll start with you, Candy.
So for the movie, I didn't get to see the Broadway play, so I'm really ready to see the difference in the play and the musical movie and the I guess it's like the difference between the two.
Mhm.
Um, Fantasia, of course, I'm ready to see her, do her thing, and Holly as well. Hey, Haley,
Haley. Hmm.
Haley, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, Haley, Little Mermaid. Um, I'm just a Color Purple fan, and I can watch it all day, every day, and I'm just ready to see how they're gonna do this one. And I know it's gonna be dope, so I'm ready.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. What about you, Inga?
I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm not trying. I think I want to because I think it's. I didn't see the play either, the Broadway play, so I'm gonna go in with like just not thinking about the movie because if not, I'm gonna be comparing. Oh, it's not like this, and y'all didn't do it like this. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go in like I'm going to see something brand new.
Mhm.
So because I think I'll enjoy it better than trying to compare the movie and the musical because I know the musical is gonna be a slightly little different. Um, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Absolutely. Moochie?
Like I said, I you know how I remember Fantasia's reality show and they was showing little parts of the play
Mhm.
and it made me want to see it and I really did want to see it on Broadway. So I want to see how it is. I just want to see the songs, what type of songs they're going to do and things like that. And I want to see how deep they really go into certain scenes. So I'm all here for it.
That's what's up. Exactly, exactly. Tamika?
Yeah, I pretty much feel like everybody else was already saying. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're gonna do a good job. Um, I just want to see how it's all going to come together. And as far as the new one, and as far as this one, I don't get tired of it. Listen, this can rock in my house as many times. Okay, Detroit King, because he can't stand this
I know he
movie.
can't stand it.
Yeah, but I watch it. My mother watch it. My son watch it. My niece watch it. So it's generations. He know all the words to it too. Okay, every movie I know the words to, he know the words to. And that's how that goes. So yeah, it's like a family affair, and you know, it always feels fresh, even though I know the words and I could say it with it. It still always gives me that same feeling. So that's a classic for
Exactly.
me.
Exactly,
Definitely.
definitely. While I got you on the screen, what's going on your channel, man?
Saturday night I'm doing a trivia. Sunday we are doing mahogany, y'all. So join us for Throwback Sunday. And stay tuned for more things coming next week. We'll be making some announcements, putting it either on social media, community tab, whatever. Keep your notifications on. Thank y'all for tuning in.
All righty. Moochie,
Oh.
what you got on your channel?
I got what I got going on. We doing Run the World. Also I did put a poll in the chat for documentary day. That's gonna be a new thing. Documentary day, and so far the documentary that has won is Running for His Life, the Lawrence dad.
Mm.
It's on the
I
tip of
know
my
which one you're
tongue.
talking.
The
Yeah.
Running for his life for his life. Oh, the Lawrence I can't even get the name out right now.
It's
But
on Showtime, I
it's on,
think.
yeah, it's on Showtime. Hold on, let me get the right name. But it's that one, Running for His Life, the Lawrence. I can't remember his last name right now, but it's
I
that
know which one you're
story.
talking about, but I can't think of his last name either.
Yes, and then the order that we'll be doing it in is that one first, the Murtaugh's M uh documentary. I can't say the word, and then we have the Fatal Attraction M, the actual Fatal Attraction M. That's the last one. That's with this first group. So I want to see how this goes, and we're gonna start with that one first.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm ready for that murder. Oh, ooh,
Oh, and I'm
ooh,
doing the
the
Wonder Years
unalive.
also.
Yeah, I'm
You
ready for
ready for
that.
that
Oh my
one?
gosh. Yes, because I live in South Carolina. That's like, yeah,
Yes, yo, that
yes,
one's crazy.
That's what's
I
Mm-hmm.
up.
thought that was gonna get the most votes actually,
yes.
and
Okay.
but the first one with this NFL player, this one is real serious. So
Hmm.
Okay.
And
Well,
which one
we
with the
are
NFL player? I'm
yeah,
Mhm.
sorry.
huh?
Which one is it
Yeah,
with the what is
the
it?
he
running for
was
it.
a. Hold on, let me get the go
Because I
to
didn't
the
hear her
thing
when
Oh,
right
she
wait a
was
now.
minute.
saying it.
Let me see what's called.
I think it's the running first. And while y'all pulling that up,
Okay.
on my channel, shoot, I don't know.
Running for his life, the Lawrence Phillips story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't get his
Oh
last
yeah,
name out.
yeah, Lawrence
Yeah.
Phillips.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
on my channel, I think that we are. I'm gonna do some catch-up recaps. We're gonna revisit a few shows. Of course, The Shy is coming back in August, and I always like to do a catch-up recap to re-engage in that show. I might do one for Force. But those take a little bit of time because you got to go back and then find a way to sync it all together and make it real short. So those will be coming up kind of down the line, maybe within the next few weeks. And then have some other stuff that we're working on, and we'll definitely announce that and figure out, once we get it all together. And then hopefully me and the ladies will continue to, come here every Thursday and bring you guys something different. So I'm excited about that as well. We did not have an episode of Ruthless, so I think it might be the mid-season finale at this point was last week, so I won't have anything coming up there. So just keep your notifications on as we try to figure out exactly what's going to go on the channel. Ladies, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. Inga, it's always a pleasure. Can't wait for you to get your channel. You and Detroit can have a
Yes.
channel together. It would be amazing. That
Girl.
would be
I know
so
y'all
cool.
tired of me jumping on y'all's chat. I gotta get my
No,
own
not at
channel.
all. Not at
No, we love
all.
you being on
I
our
just
channel.
enjoy being with
Inga,
y'all.
yes, Inga
Yeah,
is
Inga
such
is
a
a
big
trip.
help. Yes.
Listen, we love having
Inga,
She
you.
pushed me to do lives, okay? And she's my moderator too. Her and Muchi is my moderators and Kendall.
One
Yes.
more thing. Tomorrow we will be talking about trending topics. Is tomorrow at 9 p.m. And
Okay.
that's with me and Monique Nicole. So we're gonna be talking about different, little trending topics that happened this week. So stay tuned, y'all.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
lot going down.
The streets was hot with
Alrighty.
Trump.
Down.
Candy Love,
Submersible.
you have been a day one for the longest, and I appreciate you so much. Always coming through, always showing love, and I really hope to see more of you on the channel and hear more of your perspectives on things. So we really appreciate all your love and support because you do come through to everybody's channel.
Yeah, she
Yes.
supports us
Big
all.
Yes.
Everywhere. I see
Yes,
y'all
so I really,
everybody.
really appreciate you.
I hate I took so long to find everybody. I'm like, I've been missing all this stuff. I've gone back to listen to y'all Moochie and Tamika's recaps of the old school movies.
Mhm.
Y'all had me watching the one with Preach. Was it Preach?
Coolie High.
Who got
Coolie
Coolie
High,
High?
Oh,
Y'all made me
Coolie
watch
High,
that movie
yeah.
that night. Yes.
Yeah.
I asked my husband, I say, babe, yes, you didn't watch this movie? Yeah, a long time ago. You gonna watch it tonight? I am. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me go ahead to the
I
chat
thank
and
y'all.
oh, thank you. I appreciate. We really do appreciate you. Like real talk. I'm gonna be inviting you to some more things. So as I kind of get everything together, I'm revamping my channel a little bit, y'all. So, we're gonna see how this go. Miss Heron, thank you so much for showing up. We appreciate you. Zia Latrice, Shabazz, Toric, Sterling, and Sonia's mom. Okay. Derry
My
Bacchus, thank you. I appreciate you for coming through. Let's see, Kendall, thank you so much. You always showing love. We certainly appreciate you. And I love your good mornings. I don't know, something about that just always brightens my day. I don't know. I just love it. So make sure to keep doing that. Daria, thank you so much for always supporting the channels as well and showing love to everybody. Nita, thank you so much for coming through. We certainly got to get you up here the next time. Just I'll shoot you an invite next time so you can come and talk with us about some of this stuff, especially if we do the books. It'll be dope to have a nice little panel. And then Dune 226, I got my glasses on, y'all, and I still have a hard time.
Yeah, that's what I'll be saying.
I'm like, okay, let me see this. Shannon, thank you. We appreciate you. Monique came through. Thank you so much. And to everybody that came through, just thank you guys. We appreciate it. So we're about to go ahead and end this. We 2 hours and 17 minutes. We officially had a Mo live.
Right.
Okay.
No, Mo be going 5 and 6 hours, so we did like half his time.
We did a baby Mo live. This is a baby Mo live
We
right
did a
here.
baby Mo. Yeah, this is a baby Mo. Mo Junior.
Baby Mo live. But all right,
Over
guys,
5
we're
and 6
about to get
hours.
up. We're about to get up out of here. Once again, thank you guys so much again. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, y'all.
Take it away, take it away.